Okay. Okay, I'm here. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the channel here, Stock Markets with Bruce, here from at the moment Palm Desert, California. How about that? Bruce
Welcome
here, your
to
buddy, watching different market numbers coming through right now. We're just getting some inflation updated numbers, some import export figures, and some other stuff. Trying to figure out where is this market going and why, and when and how far, and everything else. We have a lot happening here. A lot of forces working sort of at the same time to dominate our markets, and how much will it affect the stocks we love to watch? We're gonna find out, of course. So, welcome one and all to the Stock Market Channel, where we try to explain everything in plain English. Easier said than done. We also like to cheer on some of our viewers when they make a trade, especially those of us out there, especially those of you out there who are now learning how to write options. You're learning how to write stock options, and it's fantastic. Yesterday we had a wonderful scenario going on. We had one of our viewers who had written a number of call contracts on GameStop yesterday morning. GameStop in the first half an hour had a nice little surge, and it was up quite strongly there for a bit, and it went a bit too far, too quick to sustain the move. And one of my viewers wrote some $145 call options that expire this Friday. So he wrote them yesterday morning, and he got 1050 for him. And he asked me on the air. He said, well, "What kind of a stink bid should I put in for these? What do you think? I mean, could they go down today?" I said, "Oh, they could go down today. They can go down anytime." So he said, "Well, what kind of a stink bid would you put in?" I said, "Well, let's try 505, $5.05, because the contracts die on Friday. Right now, they have a very high premium, a little bit of book value, but all premium. And that premium has to go away. That premium will go to zero by Friday afternoon when the contracts expire. So the contracts will only be worth on Friday whatever book value they have. And if they have no book value, they are worth nothing." So he put the order in, let me know. Yeah, I got it in there. And we began to watch the market. And Beach Boy was the option writer, and a whole bunch of us were now staring at our screens, watching what was going to happen with GameStop. And wouldn't you know it, during the preceding the next hour, the stock backed off a little bit, and it got back to it got up to 149, and then it backed off to 147 and about 145, and then it hit 143, 141, and all of a sudden, these contracts were out of the money. The stock was $3-4 under the strike price, and the value of the contracts were now in the low eights. So automatically, Beach Boy was already up a couple of bucks on these contracts, like right now, and he had a stink bid in at 505. And as the time went by, and the trading continued on, the stock began to hit the 140 level, and that it couldn't hold that, and it began to waver under 140 to 139, and the contracts were now $6.50 to $7, and this is just as I was finishing my 3-hour segment yesterday morning. It was a lot of fun, and I figured, well, I'm not going to get off the air until I figure out what happens here. This is kind of fun. So we kept watching this, and it took another hour, but wouldn't you know it, the shares actually bottomed out around 130, around 137 or 136, something like that. And they came down, and they touched this 137.50 level, 138 level, and the contracts were down to 525, and we were only 20 cents away from the stink bid. We're all going, "Oh man, it's happening, it's happening." And the stock took a dip, and we saw a 505 bid, and we thought, "Oh, we're bid at 505. We're showing, our bid is showing." But the stock then bumped up about $1, and it tends to do that. It'll go down 50 cents, up $1, then down $1.50, up another dollar. Um, and we didn't get Beach Boy didn't get his contracts back on the first wave, and contracts went back to 540. And we were just going, oh geez, we hope we haven't lost it. And then the stock faltered again, and sure enough, this time it backed off another 75 cents or something like that. And it didn't take, the stock didn't have to plummet to the bottom of the earth for Beach Boy to score this deal. But as it turned out, we saw the 505 bid show up again, and we're all yelling at our computers, come on, trade it. And we're all waiting for the quote on the contract to show a $5 bid with maybe a 525 offer. Because if it doesn't show a 505 bid, it shows a 5 bid instead. That means that anyone who was buying at 505 got filled. And wouldn't you know it, Beach Boy wrote in, I'm filled. He got him back. And he was able to buy his contracts back. I think he wrote 10 of them. So he sold 10, bought 10 back, and scored about a $550 gain on the whole deal. Well, that's just nice. That's $5,500. And that was a nice little trade. And of course, if you just did one, it's $550 in like what, 2.5 hours, whatever multiple works for you. So even if you have 100 shares of GameStop, you can play this game. And this can be done anytime you want. You can literally day trade option contracts anytime you want. It's a question of your risk tolerance. Can you handle the heart rate? Can you do you like pounding the table when you're watching the stock go? And what you do is you keep an eye on your favorite stocks like Matterport or GameStop or Apple or any contract you want to write on, want to do a write on. If you have 100 shares or more, or if you own in the money contracts that are already, you can write a contract against your contract. So if you're long some Matterport contracts, you're long $20 Matterports, you can write $25 Matterports against your 20. If you're long 15s, you can write 25. Doesn't matter. If you're long Goldman Sachs in the money calls, you can write poor man covered calls. You can write short-term call options against your contract. You just can't write a contract out longer than the contract that you have already. So that's the key. So if you have a contract that's in the money and it's good till January, you can't write March contracts against your January contract, but you can write contracts shorter than that. So usually when you're doing a poor man covered call, the strategy usually is that you write a contract very short term, week or two, for time value depreciation, to bring in credit, to bring in money, to give you a return on this money you've invested in the long-term covered call. And that's one way to do this. Now, in the case of Beach Boy and many other of my viewers, they own, and we own GameStop shares. We're not going to sell them. We don't care we care what they trade for, but we're not getting out. And so you're using your stock to write covered calls. And of course, if GameStop's this morning, if it wants to pop up to 150, 154, 155, it wants to have a little recovery rally here, even 157, 58, beautiful. There's a bunch of you out there who should take advantage of that kind of a run. You might want to look at writing for this Friday expiry, day after tomorrow expiry, writing 160s, 155s, 150s, depending on where the stock tops out at. If it does have a pop, you write short-term calls. And if you can write out of the money call options, that's all premium that you're selling for. You're selling nothing but time to the gambler. So you're giving the gambler a shot at 100 shares or 200 shares you have or 500 shares you've got or whatever number. You're offering out of the money calls that die in 48 hours. You're in control. And you know what? If the shares just stay flat, I mean, they have a pop and they go up to 155 or 158 and they stay there, and you've written 160s. Every hour that goes by, those 160 contracts will slowly shrink in value, because every hour that goes by here on Wednesday, December the 15th, is another hour that is lost, because on Friday afternoon at 4 Eastern, it's all over. Those contracts will no longer exist. They're either worth whatever book value they're trading at, or they're worth nothing. It's either or. So if you write a 160 contract and the stock closes at 162, your contracts are worth $2. But if you sold them today, let's suppose, and let's say you got $6 today because the stock went to 158, 159. You got $6 today, and the shares actually go higher between today and Friday to 162. The calls will only have a value of $2, and yet you received 6. You'll buy the contract back on Friday for around 225, 250, and say, thank you very much. I made myself $3.5 here on a 48-hour write. Thank you. It's $350 for 2.5 days on a out of the money contract. On the other hand, you write, you have this market take a pop here, and you're writing, the stock goes say 159 or 156, 157. You write 155s because you're thinking that the stock might back off below 155 rather than writing 160s. You may haul in $10, $8, because a little bit of that money is book value. But you have to remind yourself that if you write a 155 contract, stock's trading 156, 157 when you do it, you write a 155 contract, you bring in $10, you're in effect pre-selling your stock. In theory, you're pre-offering your stock for 165. The 155 you get if you get exercised, which you're not going to get exercised, and the $10 premium on top of that. You're covered to 165. So if the shares want to go to 160 and stop there, you will buy that contract back for $550. You receive $10 for it. You'll still make $450. And you're wrong. The stock went higher on you and you still make money. The beauty of writing options. Obviously, if the shares want to go to 170 by Friday afternoon, you wrote 155 calls, the stock goes to 170. You have now a contract that's 15 in the money. You're now going to have to do a rollover. Well, that's the beauty of being an option writer. You can do a rollover. You'll buy this contract back at 15, 25, 15.50 or so, and you will rewrite or sell a new call option against the GameStop. And it might be for next week, the week after, And it could well be that you are just going to write a 160 contract for next week. Even though the stock's at 170, you might write a $10 in the money contract good for another week. You'll likely get 15 for that one. You might get closer to 18 for that one. In effect, what you're paying to buy back this first call for, whatever you're paying to get it back, you're going to turn and write a new one for just as much money or more cash. And you get another week of time to play this thing. And you're saying to the stock, well, I dare you to stay at 170. I dare you not to come back a little bit. You've had a good run here. Maybe you'll back off Monday morning to 162 on a bit of a pullback. If it does that, the contract you just wrote, the 160, is only $2 in the money. It's got 4 days left to live, 4.5 days. It will drop from $20 to $12 quickly. It will really give up the ghost. It all depends on how much of a pullback the stock has for the option to drop Monday. But on Tuesday, if you still short that contract on Tuesday and the stock's at 162, 165, it's only $2 to $5 in the money. You receive 20 for it, and you're looking to buy it back. You know you're going to be paying between $2 and $5 to get this contract back if the stock sits at between 162 and 165 for that week. And if by Wednesday the shares trade 162, 166, and then dip to 160 for 5 seconds, even that, your stink bid will be out there. You will always have a stink bid to buy these back. You may have a stink bid for this $20 contract you sold. You may have a 505 stink bid or a 405 or a 305 or a 355. You'll have a stink bid in there. And if the contract has 2 days to go and it's at the money, it might be down to $5-6 value now because it dies in 2 days. A little dip from 160 to 156 and back up to 160, you could get hit at 305. Next thing you know, you just bought back a $20 call for 305 that you had rolled over from the week before when you had written the first contract. You're up on the whole deal. And don't forget, you're a shareholder of the company. And if the shares are back to 160 and you were writing these calls now when we're at 147.50 to 155, 158, your stock's going up anyway. It's long-term recovery, but you're earning option premium in the meantime. The key here is to write options out of the money for premium, time premium. Whether you're writing IBM's, Apple's, Microsoft's, Goldman Sachs contracts, GameStop, Matterport, whatever it is, you're looking for premium. If you're writing cash secured puts, you're looking for premium over and above the exercise rate on a put. You want to be compensated for giving an option player the right to sell you stock at a set price, and you want to be compensated for that with extra money. That's your right, and that's how these options work. So lots of fun here. You can do these with very short-term contracts, obviously, as I just described with GameStop, or you can write contracts for next week Friday or the Friday after that. If you're a little more adverse to risk, you might be looking at scenario where if the shares of GameStop this morning pop through 150 to 155, you might write 165 contracts for this Friday or next Friday. You might write even 170s for next Friday. That's $15 out of the money. 9 days you're giving the option player, 9 actual days, of which, well, actually for next Thursday, because next Thursday they expire. That's 8 calendar days, and that is actually only 6 trading days. Nice premium to bring in for that short time frame. So you're putting the onus on them. The pressure is on them to decide what to do, because the stock, it fluctuates. We know that. But if the shares reach 155 next week, 158, you've written 170s. Stock goes to 163 and you've written 170. Those contracts are still worthless. They may die worth nothing. You might buy them back for $1.50, and score a lovely return on your money. That's the best part about writing options. If you want to learn how to do this, the best way to do this, I keep mentioning it, is those of you who are just not sure, or you want to learn more about this and you really like to get into it, you got to take my classes. It's the best investment you're going to make. These classes are $100. They ran 2 hours each. There are 10 of them. And all you do is just watch class number 1. And after a few days, you're ready. We'll watch class number 2. You forgot what you watched in class number 1. That's all right. You can go back and watch class number 1 again. You paid for it. You can watch it as many times as you want. If you have any problems with the links, you send me an email. Say, Bruce, I can't find the link to number 1. I can't find the link to number 3. I don't know where I put it. I'll send you the link, because I have your PayPal donation has come through. Watch the classes. Take weeks to do it. There's no rush. You don't have to do them all in one day. You don't have to binge watch these, but check these classes out. And you'll notice that the classes were done live. I did the classes in front of, in effect, an online audience of viewers right here. And we talked about writing options on GameStop. We talked about writing options on Apple, on IBM, on stocks that we follow here all the time is what I did. So you'll see actual real examples. And I was literally taking quotes, option quotes, right off of the options chains during the classes to, again, talk to you about how to write options on stocks we talk about all the time. Big difference. I'm not trying to show you how to write options on pork bellies or dollar futures or something, stuff you'd never trade that you have no interest in. It is exactly what you're interested in, and it's exactly what we talk about here all the time. You got your choice. 10 classes, anytime you want. Check them out. Learn how it's done. Figure it out, and start doing what Beach Boy's doing, what Rob's doing, what a whole bunch of folks here are doing. There's a whole bunch of folks watching me who do not comment very often. You'll notice on the comment section that goes by, the same names appear quite often, and these are just my best fans, some of my most active fans, and I have some of the best fans, period, that don't ever comment. They just watch and they just absorb. There are right now thousands of viewers of mine around the world who are learning how to write options, and they're getting into it. And they will start with 100 shares, and then they will write. They'll write one contract, and they might have 1,000 shares of Matterport, and they write one option on Matterport to see how it goes. Then they write it. Maybe the next time they write 2, or they write 5. They write 3 contracts that expire this Friday. They write 3 contracts that expire in January, and they write a couple options that expire in February. They're just putting their toe in to see what it's like. And you have no idea what it's like until you do it. You can watch everything. You can watch me talk about it. You can watch our fun here with Beach Boy and with Rob and anyone else who's written contracts and lets us know, this is what I did. Here's what I'm doing. I'm watching it. It's always fun to do that. But to be in it yourself is the real experience. And what is the risk that you're taking? You write an option on GameStop for 100 shares to say, hey, you can buy my stock off of me for $160 until Friday afternoon. It's trading at 147.50 in the pre-market right now. Come and get me. I dare you. I dare you. I double dare you. Come and get me. Let the market trade. Let the stock move. Watch your contracts. You'll see how they fluctuate, how they move. You make sure that with your provider, whoever you're using for your platform, whoever you're using to trade these, get the live trading feature so that your quotes are live, not delayed, because things can happen quickly in the market. And there you are. And if you sell a contract, say you sell a GameStop contract for $7.50. Once you've got that done, put in a stink bid, put in a buy order to buy it back for $2.55. Just on the off chance that the stock has a $10 drop in 5 minutes and an $8 recovery 10 minutes later. In that 5-minute drop, you may find that without you knowing it, your contracts just do this. They come down and go up with the stock. And you might have bought back your contract and you don't even know it. And then you get an alert from your provider saying, you just bought back that call option you sold this morning at $2.55. And now you're going, oh, I made money. Oh, this is great. I didn't even know it went down that fast. There are times where people watch the stocks drop so quickly, they cannot get a buy order in fast enough to buy the contract back before it recovers. That is the reality of computer trading and algorithmic trading today. And that's the reality of the option market. It is so automated. You are trading with millions of other people in the options market simultaneously around the world. And many of those are sophisticated hedge fund trading professionals using computer software programs to enter and execute trades. So you have to use stink bids as a smart way to scoop up contracts from time to time. It takes the pressure off because I got a buy order. You can say to yourself, I got a buy order in there. And if I just take the garbage out to, onto the curb and back, even in that 3-minute time frame, I see a neighbor, say hi for a little bit, and I come back inside. What's going on with my stock? You may have already been filled. You don't know. And you might be putting in a bid that's $3 below the market, $5 below the market. It doesn't matter. It can happen that fluctuations can happen for any reason, whether it's to do with your stock, the company itself, to do with what the Fed is saying, or what the president is saying, what's happening with the virus, something in China is going on, whatever the reason, doesn't matter. Stocks fluctuate sometimes irrationally very quickly, and you have to be on top of it. And that's why you have stink bids. Also, stink offers. If you're thinking of writing a call option, and you're thinking, I want to write a 160 GameStop, and the market is $3.50 to $4, and you're thinking, boy, if I could get $4.95, I'd love to get $5 on it. You put an order in to write a call or 2 or 3, however many you want, and put the offer in at $4.95. That's a stink offer. It's way above the market. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. But you can do this, and you put that order in there, and you forget about it. And if I sell them, I sell them. You say, and if you don't get it, you don't get it. You don't write them. If you're not comfortable being offered a really low price for a contract, you don't like the deal, you don't take the deal. You stick to your guns and you sell at the price you want to sell at, and you buy at the price you want to buy at. And that's how you play with this game. And you force the market to come to you because you are a bona fide seller and or a buyer. That's the name of the game. The market right now is down 30 points on the Dow, down 0.5 point on S&P, and down 13.5 on NASDAQ. We're showing U.S. retail sales climbing at only 0.3% in November. And the question is, why is it that Americans are not spending more money and buying more goods for Christmas this year, for the holidays? Why is this only 0.3%? We thought, I've been telling you about how much money is sitting in Americans' accounts, how much cash is out there waiting to be spent. It's not being spent as much as thought. It's better than last year, but 0.3%, a year after this whole COVID thing. I can understand last November being so, but this November, why is that? And I have a theory. This is Uncle Bruce's theory as to why Americans aren't spending more than what they're spending. And I'm going to equate it with what Jennifer and I are doing. Um, Jen and I are homeless by choice. We've sold our house in Creston, although a lot of people think I still am in Creston because this is a backdrop, and I'm actually in Creston. Um, but we didn't buy another house. We didn't rent an apartment. We have nowhere to live. We are actually shacking up with our daughter right now, as far as our mailing address goes and stuff. Um, and so we're not spending a bunch of money on the new place. But that but we're not the majority of the world. We're just a couple, and not everyone is doing what we're doing. So that isn't it. But here's something else. We're in Palm Desert right now because we want to get away from the winter weather, and winter weather has arrived in Canada, and here we are in Southern California. It might only be in the mid 50s today, but it'll be in the mid 60s and 70s next few weeks. I'm not complaining. But here's the reality. We have nobody coming to visit us this Christmas. There are no relatives coming down here because of the COVID variants and all the travel rigmarole you got to go through. And people want to stick close to home during, a pandemic. Makes sense, huh? We're not going back to Calgary for Christmas. I don't want to fly up there, spend 5 days, and then come back down here. No, I'll just stay here. Thank you very much. And so without that happening in our family, Jennifer and I are spending a lot less money. We're not handing out presents to 25 people that we would be surrounded by. The pressure isn't there to do that. We don't have that family gathering thing that we're going to be part of. The family up there won't be giving presents to us either, because we can't accept presents really here because we're traveling out of suitcases. So I mean, how much stuff can we have, right? And so there's that situation. But again, we're just a couple. We're not America. We're not the whole thing. But here's where I'm coming from. I have a feeling that there are millions, tens of millions of Americans. I mean, 30, 40, 50, 60 million Americans that are not going to travel this Christmas like before. They're not trying. I mean, domestically. That's what I'm really getting at. Domestically, there's a lot of families that are not having the big family gathering at Grandma and Grandpa's house this year. They're not going to have the big whatever at Mom and Dad's place. It's not happening this year. There are families who are going to, for safety's sake, because of the COVID and this crazy spread, they're going to stay in smaller, isolated groups. There are families right now in America and Canada and Germany and UK, worldwide, where members of the family, certain members of the family, will not get inoculated. They don't believe in the vaccines. They're anti-vaxxers. And there are families out there who have discovered that Uncle Ray ain't getting the shot, and Auntie so-and-so isn't getting the shot. And there are families who will not put their children at risk to meet these people face to face at gatherings. And I think there's a lot of folks who are just going to stay closer to home, and the tribe is getting smaller. And the family members that are together are families that have been vaccinated, and or the anti-vaxxers are getting together. I mean, there's that too. There's the other tribe. The anti-vaxxers are hanging out with each other, if they are or not, and then the ones who are. And I think there's a lot of cancellations going on for travel this Christmas and this January and this February. I think there's a lot of cancellations happening right now, and this is why I think we are seeing offers, like incredible offers on cruise lines that are being offered right now. Free this, free that, no tipping needed, free drink packages, this credit, that credit, discounts on everything. It's aggressive, and airlines are kind of going, we're not hiring back everybody from our airline. We're nowhere near hiring everybody back from our planes. As a matter of fact, I think Southwest, American, JetBlue, United, everybody, all the players, Delta and whatnot, they're all going to be announcing cancellations. They're going to be announcing limited schedules, and they're going to say it's COVID related. And it is, but the reality is that the COVID related problems that really are happening is that there are fewer people who want to fly this Christmas than last year. The demand, the desire is there. Who doesn't want to fly to, somewhere nice? Oh, everybody wants to go. But the reality is that we might be on the precipice of major travel restrictions being imposed yet again by world governments between continents and countries. And rumors this morning are coming out of Ottawa in Canada, in Ottawa, Ontario, the capital. There's rumors coming out. Samuel, thank you for a donation on PayPal. Got it. Just saw it. Thank you. There's rumors coming out of from Ottawa that there are going to be serious travel restrictions imposed by Ottawa with regards to international travel, even between Canada and the US. And it might well be that Canada might impose a blanket no travel for any casual reason restriction, especially between Europe and Canada, the Caribbean, and maybe the U.S. Now there might be a land closure again. Could be an institute from either side at any time. We don't know. There might be an air restriction. At this point, through the entire pandemic, there has not been an air restriction between Canada and the U.S. As long as Canadians and Americans are providing testing and negative test results, that type of thing. Now vaccinations. But this COVID variant, this new one, this Omicron or whatever it's called, this thing is so virulent. It is so easy to catch that officials are scrambling. And hospital officials in Canada and the US in various areas, it's not every single hospital, but certain territories, are already reporting dramatic number increases in the numbers. And I'm kind of wondering if the politicians are trying to desperately not say anything between now and Christmas and let Christmas happen. But the first week of January, the hammer is coming down. I'm wondering about the hammer coming down in the first week of January. And I don't know if this is going to happen. Jason, thank you. Jason Parrish. Just got your PayPal donation. You guys are incredible. Thank you. Samuel and Jason, thank you both. So that is happening. That could be happening in a big way, which could theoretically, we may have a complete shutdown between transatlantic travel for non-essential reasons. And I'm wondering if those non-essential reasons are going to become almost impossible to overcome. You're going to have to almost be a medical doctor to perform an operation on somebody to get in. I mean, I don't know how restrictive it'll be, but I suspect we might be looking at some serious restrictions. If Europe shuts down between Europe, watch out. If Germany shuts its borders down, Austria shuts its borders, France, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, all of them, they shut their border up between themselves. There is no way Americans and Canadians can fly over there and come back, or Europeans can fly over and come back. We may be in for a 3 to 6 month complete shutdown, global shutdown of travel for international. I throw this at you now. I want you to give you the heads up today about this, because this is the whisper. This is the whisper rumor going around that it is going to be a serious shutdown. Canada is really concerned about the number, and out of Ottawa, they don't fool around up there. And Canada doesn't fool around. Canada doesn't have 50 states to deal with. They have 13, 14 territories, provinces and territories. But Ottawa can institute international shutdowns just like that. There were only 5 airports that you can fly in and out of internationally. And they've opened a few more up, but they might go back to 5. They might go down to 3. And they may shut the country off completely. And they'll tell Canadians, you can come back, but you can't get out. Once you come back, you can't get back out. They might do that. And with foreigners, they're going to say, we're not allowing them in. We're not allowing foreigners in no matter where you're from. So That'll create havoc with the airlines, obviously. If you're running an airline and you have daily service between London Heathrow and Calgary, Alberta, or Toronto or Vancouver, you're British Airways, you're Air Canada, you're WestJet. I mean, you're going, what the hell? You're Lufthansa from Frankfurt back and forth, your KLM from Amsterdam back and forth. This is a problem. If you've just restricted travel to 1/10 the regular number of people that can travel, you're not going to offer daily service anymore to Canada. You're going to offer once a week service. You're going to restrict it because you're not flying a plane empty. You're flying a plane half full or full, and you got to make a living here. You can't, you're not being compensated to run a plane at 10% occupancy. I mean, no government's going to compensate you for that unless the government of Canada is offering cash to KLM and British Airways and Air Canada to fly planes empty. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? So we're going to see how this plays. So Canada could be a precursor of what the American situation could become. Now, I can tell you that politically, there is no politician in the United States that wants to pull this trigger because no one gets votes in the US doing this. No one. No Republican gets votes, no Democrat gets votes, no independent gets votes. It is a no-win call. It's a no-win call. Canada, we just had our election, and it's a minority government, and I can tell you that the people of Canada are not interested in having a surprise election because the government's being defeated over this kind of a ruling. That is not going to fly. And so the opposition parties know that if the variant is bad, really, really bad, where we thought it was going to be nasty and it's going to be worse than that, they know what's going to happen, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they will do about it other than scream. They'll scream about it, but they won't defeat the government over it. In the UK, I don't know how this is going to play out. Boris Johnson's in trouble over there. He's politically in trouble. He's got issues. And then the Germany just changed government. They have a brand new chancellor just taking over, who just took over. And so that chancellor can do whatever he wants. He's got a clean slate. He's got a lot of political capital. If he has to shut down his country to international travel, he can do so. He'll get away with it. He won't have to worry about an election this week. So there could be a major economic jolt happening if international travel gets shut down again. And it would also apply North America to Asia and Asia, Europe. I mean, we're talking global. We're talking global. I don't know. People out there have been saying, oh, yeah, this new variant isn't so bad. It's not as bad as the last one. The last one was really that Delta variant. Oh, that was really bad. But this one, it might be more like a cold. Well, the problem with this one is that it could be weaker in theory. It could be weaker. But if it spreads, as they're saying at the moment, 10 times as easily as the other, you have a scenario here where it's now just about the numbers. It's not about the severity of the problem. It's the numbers of the problem. And there will always be a number of people who will be badly affected by it. And that is where you're dealing with, instead of 500 people getting infected, you have 50,000 getting infected. So if you have in Pittsburgh, instead of 500 cases a day, you have 5,000 cases a day. Or in the case of St. Louis, you have 30,000. You have 30,000 cases a day out of millions of people. 30,000 cases. I mean, you're overrun. Your clinics, your hospital. You don't have enough. You don't have enough healthcare workers with enough energy anymore to handle it. These folks are exhausted. They're completely physically, mentally drained out. They have been battling this killer for almost 2 years, and they are dead tired, and they're suffering terribly. And a lot of people are leaving the medical profession because they can't handle it. They can't take the stress, and I can't blame them. And in Canada, it's already happened in the last 6 months. The military has been called in. Military doctors, nurses, and aides have been brought into various provinces to help with the existing medical community to get them through these surges. And they're now expecting in Canada a major surge for January, February, and March to kick in from this new virus. And that will overwhelm the hospitals. And now it'll get to the point, unfortunately, it's going to happen. You're going to hear this. Hospitals are going to start admitting patients based on how bad off they are. And if you're, you used to be a 5 out of 10, That was bad. You were brought in. Now you might need to be an 8 or a 9 to be brought in. And if you're a 5, you're going to have to stay at home with, I don't know what kind of care you're going to get. I have no idea. We're going to hear stories about limited care, the rationing of beds, because there are just 5 people for every bed available. There's 5 people who need a bed, and there's only one bed available. No matter how many you put in the hall, no matter how many you put in the reception area, no matter many beds you put in the cafeteria, a hospital can only handle so many patients because there's only so many staff members to handle the cases and the public, and therein lies the issue, always the issue. So the markets, how are they going to react to this? We've had this first wave of pandemic back in 2020. We got through it to 2021. Here we go. We're getting through it here. 2022 now is coming. It's not going away. And it will not go away in 2022. And it will not go away in 2023. We have anti vaxxers. Guaranteed success story for the variants. If you're on the virus team, boy, are you winning this world war. This world war is being won by the virus side bigly. They are having a field day because every country in the world has got all kinds of willing victims just waiting to get infected. It's wonderful. And so the rest of us are going, wow, we thought, 60%, 70% of us getting vaccinated would be enough to quell this thing. And it turns out, no, you have to have over 90%. And even then, we're not sure. We're not even sure if 90% vaccination is enough. And I know there are parents out there around the world who are eager and really anxious to get their children vaccinated, 5 and up. The race is on to get kids vaccinated around the planet because parents are just not interested in playing the Russian roulette game with regard to the variants. And what can I tell you, folks? It's going to be an amazing battle here between mankind and the virus, including mankind against mankind. And that is the tragedy of it all. That we're not on the same team. All of us. Not all of us don't want to be team players. Not all of us. And that is actually doing us in. We're actually being done in by that in little ways. It's like death by 1,000 cuts, from what I gather. At the moment, the markets are ignoring this. The U.S. economy is ignoring this at the moment in a big way, but in a little way, I see the evidence showing up. And today is, I think, I'm reading in between the lines with regard to these retail sales and other issues. All these numbers coming out, these financial numbers coming out. I am reading between the lines, going, oh boy. This continues, and it is affecting now a number of other areas. And if we truly are only 3%, 0.3% higher on retail sales over last year for November, the trend will continue into December. And then come January earnings season, we're going to have a whole bunch of disappointments. We're going to have a whole bunch of public companies come out and admit that they're suffering from a lack of the sales demand they thought they had. They're going to admit, as they are already, supply chain problems. They're going to try to blame it on, we couldn't get the merchandise in. That's why we didn't do our sales. They're going to find that the inventory they do get, it costs them more to get it. Cost of goods and higher cost of transportation. And this is a bad formula. This is all bad news for earnings for corporations. Because yes, a Target, a Walmart, a Costco, all our big retailers, all these monsters out there, and our friends at Amazon as well. What are they doing? They're raising their prices, trying to do it quietly and a little bit here and a little bit there, but they are raising their prices, and it's registering at the cash register. And bit by bit, they're attempting to compensate themselves against the cost of business going up, but it doesn't work. Usually you are able to maybe get half of it or 3/4 of it, but not all of it. And it gets to the point where sales might be equal to last year, but profits are down 5%, or down 15%, or down 20%. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a restaurant or whether you're a Costco, you're an Amazon, I don't care who you are, the first 90% of the business you generate pays for all your expenses, all your employees, all your overheads, all everything. And the last 10% and above that number, it's all gravy now. It's all gravy. And in the restaurant business, it's really obvious. You have a mom and pop diner. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner to serve, and they have to do a certain number of meals per day to cover the nut, as they say. We got to cover the nut. And what is that? It's the cost of the rent, property taxes, utilities, the cost of food, all the other expenses, insurance, banking fees, handling credit card, everything else. Then the staff is paid, and then and only then the owners of said establishment, which might well be the cook in the back, the guy at the cash register, the mom and pop that run this place, the family that runs this place, now they get their share. And they know internally they have to sell a certain number of meals per day to break even. They know the number. And whether it's 300, 800, 1400, whatever the number is, there's a number. And beyond that number, it's profits to the owner. And the problem is that if the profits to the owner used to be starting at 2 in the afternoon, after lunch, every meal coming in now was profits to the owner. And now that is 6 o'clock at night, or it's at 7 at night, it's past dinner hour. You're talking about a very slim running business. And the other reality is you don't make the number. You don't hit the number now. You're losing money. You're going to run the business the way you're running it. You're going to lose money. How do you now adjust it? You lay off staff because you don't need as many waitresses. You might not need as many line cooks. You now cut back, and you start to cut back on anything you can, everything you can. But if inflation is continuing to rise on you, which it is, you've got the problem of higher food costs, input prices. You might have higher fees for other services you're utilizing, and it's eating away at you, and in effect is making you either raise your prices for your meals, which could reduce the number of people coming into your restaurant because they're going, this place is getting too expensive for me. I'm not paying this much money for meatloaf and mashed potatoes and some vegetables. You might not be able to raise prices. And so the only way around it is to cut the cost of getting the meal to the table. But if that impacts the quality of the meal and the quality of the service, you lose your clients. I mean, it's a bitter struggle. It is a life and death thing. And of course, restaurants have tried every trick in the book, including now DoorDash, delivery to your home, takeout orders, any way to keep the kitchen going. And takeout is a smart way to survive if you can, because you don't need a waitress to tend to the tables. And then there are other restaurants, as I've said before, in particular in Creston, where I was, where the Tim Hortons, they don't have any staff in the restaurant. They only have the drive-through. And I literally saw people this past summer at our Tim Hortons restaurant who would come in on motorbikes, and they would park their motorbikes in the parking lot. And the four bikers, they would literally stand in line between cars. And they would get to the order thing, and they would order their meal as if they were in a car, and then walk behind the cars until they were at the drive-through window to get their order. It was the only way they could get a cup of coffee and a donut. You had to stand outside. Now, if it's raining out, you're not probably riding your motorbike anyway, but if it was sprinkling out, you're getting sprinkled on, and there's nothing you can do. And there was nowhere to eat it. There was nowhere to do it. If you're on a motorbike, you got to eat it there. You got to go back to your bike, stand beside your bike, and drink your coffee and have your donut, throw the crap in the garbage, and get out of there. Talk about inconvenient. We had people in RVs showing up, like big, pickup truck with a giant trailer. You can't drive that through a drive-through. It's too big. So they would park in the parking lot that could handle it. Yeah. And they got out of their rig and they got in line behind cars to order food to take into their trailer or into their truck and eat it in the cab of their truck. That was what we had all this summer in Creston. This could be the next stage in the rest of North America. If we find that restaurants have to cut back staff and they literally shut down their restaurant portion because people aren't coming in anyway. They're not coming in. Only takeout order is the way it is, and or drive through. This might be the way forward. This is bad news for the restaurant business. This is bad news for the food preparation business. This is bad news for the folks who sell paper cups, the serviette people, the straws, the plastic forks, knives, and spoons. If we're not doing the drive-through, we're doing takeout, and it's just coming to our house. We're going to use real forks and knives at home to eat our Chinese food. Not that we don't do Chinese food takeout anyway, but if we all go that route, it changes the dynamic of the business, and it really upsets the apple cart. Anyway, there are pressures out there, and it's little cracks that are appearing here and here and here and here. I'm watching for them, and we'll just see how it plays out. Wish I could give you happy news all the time, but I can't give you happy news all the time. You got to know what's happening out there. You have to understand it. You have to start to visualize it, and you may now notice yourselves when you're out and about, wherever it is you are, you'll go, oh yeah, that's what he's talking about. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's right. Look at that restaurant. There's a restaurant that's closed. They're closed. I didn't know I didn't realize they closed. They're out of business forever, or they're closed temporarily, or every restaurant you walk by right now has help wanted signs. Yep, that's true. They do have help wanted signs. And that kind of gets you wondering, well, what's he talking about? Why is he talking about slowdown when there's help wanted signs? The problem, of course, is people don't want to work in this environment. Do you want to be a waiter or a waitress serving non-vaxxers that could be your customers? You don't know. Is your restaurant really inspecting everyone's vaccination records at the door? I don't think so. Businesses don't want to be cops. There are anti-vaxxers all over the place. And of course, there are those of us who've been vaccinated. And we can catch the virus. We can still get it. It's just that the effect on us might be minimal because we've been vaccinated. That's the point of the vaccination. It's a shield to protect our bodies against the worst of the virus. But it means we're contagious. And we don't know we have it because we feel fine. We feel fine because we're not all tested every single day. Only if we travel or specific circumstances are we tested. That's why this virus lives. It is invisible. And so if you want to be a waiter or a waitress, you want your child, you want your 17-year-old to have a part-time job at a fast food restaurant with thousands of customers coming through every day? I don't think so. I think there are parents having serious discussions with their kids going, you're not taking that job at Wendy's. You're not working at McDonald's. You're not working at Burger King. You're not working at Quiznos. You're not working at the Outback. You're not working anywhere where there's public. You're not. Because mom and dad won't let you. And mom and dad will literally give you money instead for you not to work at these places. And of course, the kids are going, why shouldn't I work at a pizza joint? Because you might get the darn thing and bring it home. And we have a 4-month-old child here, and grandma's living with us, and she's vulnerable. And you could bring back the killer virus, and we got problems. I mean, this is the quiet reality that is not on the news all the time. It's just not on the news all the time because it's a story that doesn't bring in ratings. No politician's going to talk to you about it because it doesn't give them any votes. What's the interest level? Why would a politician want to talk to you about how bad it is? Are you kidding me? These guys want to talk to you about singing Kumbaya by the campfire all the time, how great things are, how wonderful our country is, how strong our economy is, and how bad the current people in power are, and how great I'm going to be when I take over. I'm not going to make any changes either. Sure, it's situation normal is what most of the world is trying to talk about. But if any of us have half a brain, we know we got problems. We have issues. I'm wondering about California. I think right now we are back to that mask mandate that you have to wear a mask when you go into stores. I noticed yesterday, Jennifer and I went to a Costco yesterday, and we were in the parking lot. I dropped Jennifer off at the door and just let her go in first, and then I parked the car because it was a bit away. And it was windy and rainy and whatever. So hardship here in Palm Desert. Anyway, as I was walking in to the store, I had my mask on, and I noticed a gentleman walking towards the front door. He didn't have a mask on, and he went, "Oh, shoot, oh, shoot." And he ran back to his car to get the mask. This I'd never seen before. People are now consciously thinking, oh, geez, I better have a mask on. I better get a mask on. more and more people are wearing masks, even though it's not required that they need to wear a mask. More and more are doing it just out of habit. And Jen and I do this out of habit all the time. We constantly wear a mask in public, no matter where we're going. It's just now, to me, it's just pure common sense. I want my surgeon, when he slices me open to fix a hernia, I want him wearing a mask. I want the nurses around the operating table to wear masks. I want the person who puts me under to wear a mask, and they do, and they have since the 40s, the 30s, whatever, the 20s. Why wouldn't I want to wear a mask in public where every one of us could be a transmitter, unbeknownst to us? I don't get it. I get it, but I don't believe that I get it. I can't believe it that we are literally killing each other in a way. And people are just going, no, that's not true. That's just a fallacy. You're making it up. You're completely making it up. In any event, we'll see. Thank you for the happy show. Thank you for joining me. We got 2 minutes to go before we open. How are we going to do today? Let's see how the markets take care of us today, or not. Let's hope they take good care of us today. I think we deserve a good market run. I sure hope we get a good market run. Thank you all for catching up with your buddy Uncle Bruce. If I'm still your friend, I hope I haven't made you mad. Never a dull moment here in YouTube land. Let me tell you, it is unbelievable. Thanks again to those of you who are making donations to Jennifer and I through PayPal. You guys are great, even with these rants. Jason Parrish, thank you, buddy, for that donation you made on PayPal. It's awful kind of you. Same thing to Samuel. Samuel Terranova, thank you for the donation. I quickly mentioned it. I just noticed them here. Thank you, guys. You're awesome. Where are we at? Well, let's take a look. We've got the opening coming up here in just a moment. Larry's going to give us the bells, and we're going to fly off the handle, see where we go. 232 people have given me a thumbs up, despite my negative news today. We're only down 13 on the Dow. We're down a buck, 1.5 points on. We're up 1.5 points on the S&P, and we're down 775 on Nasdaq. It's a nothing burger. Those of you who are wanting to know, do we have anything serious going on in the market? No, we don't. It's a nothing burger. How can you tell that the market is just sitting here on its hands going, well, let's wait for Powell to speak at 2 p.m. this afternoon. We have to wait all day for the market. We only get the last 2 hours of trading today, knowing what this guy's going to say. That's it. And we got to wait this out. Larry, thanks, buddy, for the bells. We know we're up and running. We're in here, baby. Thanks, Larry. We appreciate it. Thank you, all of you out there who are subscribing to this channel. It's a leap of faith. I appreciate you doing it. By the way, it's free to subscribe to this channel. There's no charge to be a subscriber. We love you if you do that. Thank you. And those of you who have become members and are staying members and rolling over your membership and telling your friends, hey, you want to watch this guy. You should listen to this guy, Uncle Bruce guy, this old, ancient guy on YouTube. You should watch it. Not everyone does it. But I thank those of you who do it. Appreciate it very much. It's great. Alexander, thank you for the donation. I'm here as much for the rants as for the investment knowledge. Thanks, Alexander. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. We're here and we're up and running. Let's see what's going on. Oh man, let's see what's happening. Are we going to make money today? Can that be done? Can we just to quote Rodney King, can we just get along? God, rest in peace, Rodney King. What was he? 47 when he died? 40, I think 47. Something that didn't last long. Unbelievable. Rocket Lab down 2 cents to start the day off. I can handle that kind of negative volatility. 2 cents on the down dip. It's okay. What can I say? Welcome one, welcome all. Good morning, Robert Z. and Arico. And there's Robert. It was a good comment. Yes, they should watch Uncle Bruce. Nephew Nick. I'm here for the fun we had yesterday morning, last hour, says Anti PC. Wasn't that fun watching those shares, GameStop shares? And we're cheering on Beach Boy to make some money. I loved it. That was a lot of fun. All right, here we go. Rocket Lab is now down 19 cents. We're open 2 minutes here. SoFi is down 13 cents. Make it 16. We're down 268 on GameStop at 145.01. By the way, Beach Boy wrote 145 and 150 contracts yesterday afternoon. He's short 10 of each again right now. So he's hoping for GameStop to have a dip so he can scoop them back a second time. Just so you know, it's not like he's not doing anything. He went right back in it when that stock went back up to the 150 level yesterday. He wrote contracts again, which you can do here. Matterport 21.90 down 40 cents. ME 745 down 3. Spire down 3.5 cents to 383.5. ATIP is up 3 cents to 329. SmartRent is up 8 cents to 11.52. Cyxtera up a nickel to 11.01. They have AMC down 73 cents at 23.77. I'm looking at the Dow right now, refreshing now, down 15 on the Dow, down 1.2 on S&P, down 39 on NASDAQ. Oil is at 70.10, down 63 cents. Robert, thank you, buddy. Exactly, Uncle Bruce, your rants are really entertaining. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate the donation and your kind words. I appreciate it. Moving on, Robinhood down 42 cents. Vanek Vectors down 94 cents. Home Depot up 31 cents. IBM up 31 to 124. 31 cents up to 124 share. Microsoft is up 60 cents. Apple's up 60 cents to 174.93. Tesla down $8 to $9.50. Bed Bath Beyond down 17. BlackBerry up 32 cents. Royal Caribbean down 123 to 70.37. It's not going anywhere. You notice how it's not going anywhere? It's getting ready to go into the 60s. Goldman down 290 at 385.92. Writing 390 Goldman contracts, 392.50s, 395s, 397.50s, 400s, 402.50s, 405 is turning out to be a juicy contract right on Goldman Sachs. Whether they expire this Friday or next Friday or the Friday after, these contracts are just coming down in value as the time goes by, and option writers are cleaning up on poor man covered calls on Goldman, making money. Cisco is up 76 cents, oversold a little bit here, back to 58.53. I'm not surprised to see Cisco recover. They are not overpriced. They're not trading at stupid PE multiples. They are a cash cow, and they are going to continue to slowly rise in value. This is a stock you can either buy and write options against, or buy in the money call options and write poor man covered calls on a leverage basis. Rather than just buy 100 shares for $5,800, pick up contracts for $1,000 each, ballpark 800,000 apiece, and write covered calls. Buy 5 or 6 of these instead of writing one $100 call option. For 100 shares, buying one call option, writing a call option. Buy 5 contracts and write 5 call options. Make some money. It's available on Cisco. Amazon down $15.95. Facebook down $3.83. Google down $33. Costco $5.47 up $1.81. Walmart $1.45 up 29 cents. Nvidia $2.86 up $2.85. Anybody else here? American Airlines down 19 cents, $16.72. Those of you who write options against American Airlines, the gift that keeps on giving. The shares are not going anywhere. And you can write 17 and a halves, 1770, 18s, 1850s, 19s. You can bring money in on American Airlines again and again and again. Some of you out there, if you're gamblers, you're gamblers, you could buy maybe $12 American Airline calls in the money. If you can get them cheap enough for a couple months out, you can now write calls against them for $17.50, $18 for 1 or 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Do the math, see if it's worth your while. But if you can acquire call options on American Airlines for $800 a call or $500 a call, and you got $5,000, you can buy 10 contracts and write 10 contracts. I mean, there's leverage here in them hills. You never know. It's a $16 stock. It's not even $20, but it's American Airlines. And so it's not going to go up $10 in one day. This is not going to happen for American Airlines. It's not. going to happen. So you're not going to get caught with, oh my gosh, they're in the money by $5. I didn't have any idea this would happen. It happens on Matterport. We know that. It can. It can happen on any of these SPAC stocks, former SPAC stocks we're following. But on American Airlines, we're not going anywhere. What else is going on here? Intel 49.68, poor man covered calls. Micron 82.93, poor man covered calls. Opportunities abound all over the place. Of course, Microsoft, Apple, Cisco, always. Facebook, poor man covered calls. There you have it. Right now, Rocket Lab down a quarter. Volume at the moment, 135,000. SoFi, 1437, down 11 cents. Bouncing back from the low of 1423 on a 1.3 million. GameStop right now, 144.04. Touched 142.21 this morning. We're trading 160,000 shares. So put in stink offers, put in stink bids. Get yourself set up with your trades today for whatever you want to do, whether you want to write a call, buy back a call, buy stock, sell stock, whatever you're going to do. Stink bids, stink offers. Matterport down only 12 cents on 192,000. ME down 2 cents to 746, 76,000 shares on ME. Spire down 9 cents, 377.6 cents a share, down 9.4 cents at 19,000 volume, no volume. ATIP up now a dime to 336. We're up a dime on ATIP on 28,000 shares. And SmartRent down 4 cents, Cyxtera up 5 cents. That's what's going on right now with this market of ours, with some of our favorite stocks that we're watching right here. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here and for your support and encouragement, your kind words, the private emails you send me. Thank you. To those of you that I have had the pleasure of meeting in person this past Saturday, thank you again for coming out to our meet and greet. Jen and I really enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to see you and be with you. And anyone out there that I happen to meet out in the street, I love it. It's great to bump into a viewer. It happened yesterday at the Costco. Met a viewer in person, and it was a delight. And looking forward to bumping into more of you from time to time going forward. It's just so fun to talk about the channel and what's going on. Thank you all for your support and following Jennifer and I. We do appreciate it. We love you. What is going on here? How much is Spire up today, asks Austin. Gee whiz, it's down 14 cents, Austin. Is that a trick question? Are you just getting at me? What's the deal here, buddy? We're up 8.5 cents on ATIP. That's what's going on right now. Andy's saying, hi, Bertie, welcome. What are you going to do? Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down, sometimes they start down, and then they go up later in the day. You never, ever know. We have the Dow now down 135. So it was wishy-washy up until a minute or two ago. It ain't wishy-washy now. It's negative 132. S&P down 6, NASDAQ down 27. Oil down 66 cents to 70.07. I'm amazed oil isn't 65 right now. There is talk now from analysts about a much lower demand for oil globally. It's not just a North American thing. It's a global issue. I don't know. I don't understand why oil futures hold the way they do, because what I ranted about for the first hour today about the variants slowing up and possibly interfering with international travel. Hey, what stocks should you be worried about? Oil company stocks. You should be worried about car rental stocks, hotel stocks, airline stocks. I wouldn't be buying these. Airline manufacturing companies, avoid. There's no upside here. Even if there is upside, if it's a tentative upside, that's not good enough. Cruise lines, trouble. If international travel is shut down again or made so restrictive with testing requirement, people aren't going. I can tell you there are 50, 60, 70-year-olds who are going to say, I'm not going through this crap just to take a damn cruise. Forget about it. I'm not doing it. Folks will go to a 2-week all-inclusive in Mexico or in maybe Dominican Republic, Barbados, Aruba. Yeah, they'll do those for testing to get there, and then I'm leave me alone for 2 weeks, and then testing when I get home, and then leave me alone. Yeah, they'll tolerate that if it's allowed. But this idea of multiple country travel to get to Miami, to get to a ship, and testing, they're not doing it, and especially if they have to pay for it. And there are some rumors out there, there's some nightmare stories out there, people getting dinged 100 to $200 on surprise tests that you have to have right now, and there's nowhere to go but to pay the $200 fee to this guy. I mean, it's crap. It is just bunk. Folks aren't going to play this game. They're not going to play the game where it sounds like it's okay, but it's actually not okay. Or they hear a rumor about, no, if you go through these airports, you have these expensive costs. They won't even investigate to see if those are true, those rumors are true or not. They're just not booking. They're not going. And they're going to change their plans to maybe drive to where they want to go. And so Europeans will drive to the southern part of Europe to get to warm weather and take a ferry to, Palma de Mallorca or whatever it is. Canary Islands, they'll take a quick ship ferry ride overnight there. I don't know. They'll avoid ways of travel that are just a hassle, and traveling by air could become a very big hassle, and there might be a real revolt from the public to say, I'm not. You're not going to abuse me with this crap. Forget it. I'm not interested. I don't need this crap. Don't need it. I have enough stress in my life as it is. You want to pile this on for my vacay? No. I can understand it. I totally get it. Anyway, are you saying puts? Yeah, good luck with puts, man. Good luck with puts. But writing options, writing poor man covered calls could be a way to go. But you have to keep in mind though that you're sitting on a call that's in the money that could lose money, trying to write against it, and there's the issue. Now, you know what you can do on the poor man covered call strategy, and I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, I'll mention it again today. If you think a stock's going to go down, you believe a stock is overvalued and it might come down a bit, might come back up a bit. Yeah, you could buy an in-the-money call. The problem is, of course, every dollar the stock drops, the call will drop 95 cents. If it's the right call you're buying, you're not going to make 95 cents a dollar on the down dip. That's the issue. So now you're going to have to be a long-term player in this game. On the other hand, if let's say American Airlines is 16 now, and you think the downside is only 15, and you can write calls against covered call, long calls for the next 3-4 months. You might bring in $5 a share in premiums over the next 5 months and lose $1 on the stock. That's acceptable. I mean, that's all right. I lost $100 on this contract, but I made $500 on every contract I bought by writing short-term calls over here. That's a risk. That's a return. That's a gain. And if you have the leverage to really write, you can make yourself some nice money. So you're putting up some cash to buy the calls, and now to write a ton of them because of the leverage factor. That could be well worth your while. But this is why you write out of the money calls that have 1 or 2 weeks of life left, and the premium is the game. It's the shrinkage, and you've got to look for the candidates that will work for you to do this with. Okay. I take a train in a private room over a cruise, says Red Solo Cup. Does GameStop will it go higher due to e-commerce and the stay home mandate? Do you think if we have a new round of this, will GameStop be a winner? Well, GameStop would be way better positioned this time around if there were to be a new restriction. Again, I don't envision all 50 states to do what they did the last time. I just don't see it. I can see certain states making it mandatory. No downtown office buildings can be opened, or that kind of stuff. I can see Manhattan shutting down. Yeah, I can see it. I don't want to see it. I'm hoping it won't happen, but I can see it happening if it's really bad in New York again. Yeah, then of course the so-called curbside pickup business, e-commerce business will thrive. The Pelotons of the world will run up. The Amazons of the world will run. FedEx will likely improve. Again, though, FedEx will lose business from office to office transactions, but probably increase business from people at home to people at home business. I can see that happening too. We'll have to watch. Well, we'll watch all this. We'll see what's going on. Swiss Butter update. I got out of my margin call, learned my lesson, lost a bunch of cash, bought 100 GameStop and sold calls this morning. I'm back in business. Yeah, baby, I'm back. I'm back for more. Right on. 144.58 on GameStop, down 311 right now. We're red on my screen on everything that I'm following. We got the Dow down 135, S&P down 11, Nasdaq down 64. Again, these are nothing burger losses. Remember, the loss on the S&P 500 is a quarter of a percentage point. The down dip on the Dow is 0.4, and the down dip on Nasdaq is down 0.43 of 1%. We're not even half a percentage point. So this is just a little bit of a negative sentiment going into Powell's the meeting of the Fed, and then the press conference and statement from Powell. We should know the contents of his press release and conference by 1 in the afternoon Eastern. You'll hear about it. You'll see it. We'll yell about it on the. If I'm on the air, I'll yell about it. If I'm not, it'll be when I'm back this afternoon. But I don't expect the market to drop 5% today. I actually bet you the possibility that we have an update today, because once we get this out of the way and get this guy back to his office where he belongs and out of the damn media, they can then talk about all the variable theoretics after that. The reality is this is over and it's off the to-do list, and we can now concentrate on the next problem. And what is the next problem? Well, it's not the spending bill. We don't have to worry about the U.S. government not paying its bills. They passed that last night. Biden signs it today. So he's going to sign the spending measure. Now we don't have that problem until 2023. That's the next time we have that problem. So conveniently, the politicians have gone through this spending thing through the entire election year of 2022. So the election will not be dominated by a spending bill vote. They kicked it down the road now to 2023. It's incredible how these guys operate. Democrats and Republicans both figure, this isn't worth fighting over, because we could both lose votes on this, so we might as well pass this spending measure. So that's out of the way. So what's next? Well, we'll focus on inflation. We'll focus on the Build Better, America Better plan thingy. But the way that's going, it went from a $4 trillion, dream package program to now 1.2 to 1.5 trillion over 10 years. This is a $120 billion a year package, $150 billion a year package we're talking about now. This is a nothing burger. The amount of money we're talking about is chump change. You're talking about a U.S. economy that is $30 trillion a year. We're talking $130 billion. I mean, if you added 1 penny of federal taxation to the price of a gallon of gas, to the price of a can of beer, a can of sugared drinks, maybe, keep those kids from drinking. 1 penny a can, 1 penny a gallon. This would cover it. This would more than cover it. It is a nothing burger, a complete nothing burger. But there are politicians running this game. They are running the fear mongering to the nth degree. And what blows my mind and blows Europeans' minds and anyone else that's a non-Americans look at this and go, why is it that these Americans don't vote for their own betterment? Why is it that Americans fight each other to make life better for the poor in their own country? Why do they do that? It's unbelievable. Why don't they have national health care? Why don't they have free university, at least at the college, community college level? Why don't they encourage American kids to get a full-blown education, to get the good paying jobs? Because there's a shortage of plumbers, electricians, woodworkers, air conditioning specialists, all kinds of engineering jobs. There is a shortage of good, really, really good paying jobs. Can you imagine a young guy and a young girl meeting in college, and they both graduate, and he is he's an air conditioning technician for office towers, and she's going to become a property manager. These two kids are going to make 80 to 120 grand a year or more between them. And for the first 5 years they're together, or first 10 years together, from age 22 to 32, they build up a fortune in assets. They pay off what they don't have student loans. They get this from the American taxpayer. They get the education. They're not in Harvard, so it's not 150,000 a year. They're in community colleges, much cheaper. They graduate. They're instant taxpayers. They are instant taxpayers, and the money they're spending is subject to sales tax and excise taxes. They buy a gallon of gas, there's taxes. They buy a beer, there's taxes. They buy a bottle of booze, there's taxes. Whatever they're spending money on, there's taxes, plus their income taxes. They're adding to the economy of the country. You could have millions of these in your hands by just encouraging them to go to community college and pay for it. And they will pay you back for 40 years until they're 60, 65. They will pay you every year the amount of money adjusted for inflation. I mean, you don't even have to increase taxes on these people. The inflation rate will just keep bringing the money in. This is homegrown smart economics. It is absolutely the way to go. And outside where we are, in Canada and Germany and Europe and Asia, we look at America and we go, they don't do that. They don't. They make these kids borrow a whole bunch of money to do this, and this holds them back because they either don't qualify for the loan, or there's all kinds of restrictions on the loan. I don't know. It just ends. We're just amazed. We're just blown away. Absolutely blown away. It defies a lot of logic out there, but can't get it through. You can't. There's no politician feels, for whatever reason, the politicians don't feel like there's any upside for them to promote this kind of a package. The Democrats feel that it would work, but the other side, no, this is so socialistic. We can't have that. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, there you have it. What else is going on here? 369 on Spire, 332 now on ATIP. We're up 6.5 cents. SmartRent's up 7 cents. Cyxtera is up 6 cents. Spire is down 17. ME down 12. Matterport down 66. GameStop down 344. SoFi down 32 cents. Rocket Lab down 23 cents. We're down pennies all over the place, except for GameStop down 344. We're down pennies everywhere. So what? There's nothing to worry about it. It's okay. It's fine. Anyway, there you have it. Y'all see Apple working on augmented reality VR? That could be a huge partnership with GameStop. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if that were to come out? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? You get. Excuse me a second. You get an announcement between an Apple and a GameStop. Oh my gosh, that would just blow the doors off. I got to turn my fan on. I'm a little warm here. It's either that or I take all my clothes off. We don't want that. That would be bad. Maybe I should just be on radio and just show sexy pictures of hunky guys. Maybe I should just do that rather than be here. Anyway, let me just adjust my seats here. Here we go. Here we are. We're back. Trying to stay alive. Okay. If GameStop had told us absolutely anything about their future plans, I bet that would help a bit. You got to wonder if GameStop is the kind of company that is working on a deal that is so transformative that they know that the minute we talk about this, it changes us completely. And maybe that is happening. You gotta hope, but I don't know. In the meantime, we're 144 share, and that's where we are. And we have bills. The Crest says, thanks for that, Uncle Bruce. By the way, yes, California just mandated masks again after a 47% uptick in new cases. This is serious. Thanks for the spike after Thanksgiving. And unvaccinated, yeah, there you go. There it is. See here, nephew. Uncle Bruce, I just happened to watch a video where the host said SoFi has a bright future. What GameStop, what doesn't? Is that what you're trying to say, Nick? Not sure. Let's see here. What target on GameStop covered calls? What kind of a price should I write covered calls on GameStop? Well, see here, I don't know yet. I'm going to know this afternoon because this afternoon, after this Fed thing is out of the way, the markets are unchained for a while, and this so-called artificial cap on the Dow, the S&P, the Nasdaq, all the interest rate talk and all that, crap will be out of the way for a while. And then we kind of figure out what we're doing. And does money from the sidelines that's just doing this right now, money on the sideline, billions of it, hundreds of billions, wait to come into the market the minute Powell finishes yapping? Is that it, Bertie? That's what I'm wondering. And is it possible that GameStop will have a surge this afternoon because the relief is off, that rates aren't going to 25%? Because they're not. That they're not going to 18%. They're not. They're going to 12%. They're not. They're going to 8%. They're not. They're going to go to 2.25% in the next 5 years, maybe. Can you make money doing that? I can't. If that's the new reality, if that's the realization, and the analysts go, oh yeah, never mind. It was a false alarm. Sorry to rile you all up for the last 3 days, but these interest rate increases aren't happening until 2023. And they're going to be 0.5%. So, sorry, I got you all worked up. Great, thanks, you guys. These guys never shut the hell up. I don't know, the worry warts. We got to get rid of the worry warts, and then we may have a $20 pop on GameStop. If we did, and we got up to 166, 168, 170 today, tomorrow, then you're going to be writing higher price calls. So, yeah, Bertie, I can't tell you. I can only watch the market minute to minute, second to second, and guess. But I can't be sure. Notice how GameStop is not falling off the earth this morning. It's 145.94 down 176. It didn't break 140 today again. It didn't go back into the 130s today, did it? 145.94 is where we're at right now, down 176, and that's it. The Dow down 139. It's kind of stopped falling. It's like not plummeting here. We're down 14 on S&P. We're down 77 on Nasdaq. We're not plummeting there either. Okay. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. Hey, Cheddar, you know this. So they want to make it real bloody before they gobble up shares after the Fed report. We're going higher than this dog sheet. Ice water my veins. Thank you for the discounts. You got it, Cheddar. You know what you're doing. You nailed it. Auntie just got SoFi for $14.15. Auntie, you are stealing money from children. How can you live with yourself? Stealing paper like that from innocent sellers. Oh, I know how you do it. It's okay. It's all good. I agree. Bobby, ATIP, up 6 cents. Well, how about that? I got it up 4.5 right now, but yeah, it's cool. I was feeling the Andy Dwyer memo. Every time it came up, I have no idea what that means. Let's see. I have a new acronym for you folks. MAGNA, Meta, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and Apple. I watched a video of a train ride between Chicago and LA. Looks like a really nice trip. I'm seeing an absolute bargain, says JMac, on SoFi calls, $10 calls for January 2023. That's 13, 14 months from now. They're $640 on the bid. That's only a $225 premium for a whole year. It's not a bad deal. Obviously, if SoFi goes to $20 a share, between now and January 2023, those calls are $10 book value plus maybe a $1 premium, $1.50, $11.50. There you go. That's a nice return. Yeah, those are long-term calls. Those definitely are. Do you write them? I wouldn't write them, but I'd consider buying them if I had that kind of cash. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to buy this sweet dip on Spire Global, says Jonathan. Evan, supposed to be a GameStop loop ring announcement for the end of the fourth quarter. I hope they blow the doors off. That's what Evan's hoping for. Cam says, I love those videos, those train videos. I love that. Andy, Austin, it's going to go higher later today. Don't say anything. I'm just buying this quietly. Don't let anybody know I'm buying it. 14.20. Down 28 on SoFi right now. 1240 on Rocket Lab, another bargain there, down 17. GameStop down 230, 145.39. Matterport down 97 cents, a bargain at 21.33. That was a $37 stock last week. Wow, have those options backed off. ME 739 down 9. Spire down 13 to 373. ATIP up 2.5 at 328. Smart Rent 1156 up 12 cents, and Cyxtera 1105 up 9. AMC is down 60, Robinhood down 80 cents, Vanik down 62 cents, Home Depot down 20 cents, IBM up 80 cents to 124.55. The Dow down 100, S&P down 12, Nasdaq down 77. Nothing burgers on the markets. Microsoft up Microsoft up $1.25 to $329.59. A partial bounce back, might be a dead cat bounce. I don't know. Apple down 65 cents to 173.68. Tesla down 54 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 36 cents. BlackBerry holding a gain, up 24. Royal Caribbean 69.35. We are under the 70 barrier for a Royal Caribbean. Also 70 barrier oil. 69.71. We're under $70 a barrel on oil. Goldman Sachs down 707. Buying in the money calls at 330, 340 might be the price, and writing short-term covered calls against it. This is the way. Cisco up 98 cents, 58.75 in this down market. That's up almost a buck. Not bad, not bad. All right. Amazon down $42, Facebook down $5.55, Google down $43. And there you have it. Those are our markets. Watching it all as much as we can, everywhere, all the time. Let's see. Yeah, I've kind of done that, Nick. I love the GameStop long term, but you get the doubters. Rob, as long as they can move the company forward, I'm fine with it. But any good news for the shareholders really would be nice. I agree. Nelson, lamp touching curtain equals bullish equals up day ahead. NFA smile. Let's see. Robert. Hi, Robert Benson. How you doing? I'm up on my feet again after a mild case of corona. Glad I got the vaccine before my sickness. There you go, man. I'm glad to hear this. Bad. I don't want it. I don't want any of you to get any of this stuff. Wow, unreal. Yeah, welcome back to Rob. Welcome back, Rob Benson, to the land of the living. And let's see. May your future be COVID-free, says DM. Absolutely. Let's see here. Yeah, Max, our bridges, roads, schools, hospitals, homeless shelters, all crumbling. Yeah, what can I say? It's not good. Thanks, guy, says Robert. Thank you for the kind wishes. Let's see. Austin, Robert Benson, Survivor. Anti-PC, let's go, Bruce. Long rent day. Uncle Bruce is right. My in-law is HVAC tech, pulls in 110 grand a year. HVAC, my HVAC relative pulls in 100. Yeah, they're making great money, really. You have a husband and wife HVAC team. Can you imagine two HVAC workers living together, making $220 a year between them at age 25, 26, 27? Yeah, and you're not living in Manhattan. You can do this in Richmond, Virginia. You can do this in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You can do this in, small town America where the cost of living is a lot cheaper and make this kind of money. Yes, you can. Oh, man. Yeah, that money goes a ways. And boy, can you start saving for a house, living debt-free. Yeah, because are you ever going to be laid off from being in the HVAC business? I don't think so. Not in this climate, not in this world. Can you imagine working in Florida, making that kind of money? In Texas, the heat of Texas, California. I mean, California's higher taxes, but it's a beautiful place. Nevada, lower taxes, hot. Texas, low taxes, hot. Can you imagine? Yeah, that is good money. Here we go. Cheddar Stacks. It sounds stupid, but I'm buying 15 calls for SoFi expiring on Friday. I have others for longer out, but I am buying a bunch for Friday. Interesting. Rob, JMac, that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Austin, anyone else out there having the stock market year of their life until about 3 weeks ago? Joanne says, Cheddar, let us know how these contracts work out for you before Friday. Kind of curious. Let's see. Nelson, Cheddar, good luck. Let's see. Let's see. Rob says, Cheddar Stack, damn it, man. I said I wouldn't do that again this week, but let's go. 10 at 14 cents each. Let's go. Oh, man. Laugh out loud. Let's go, Rob. Rob Branson, cases of corona is exploding in Denmark. A lot of people I know tested positive during this week. A lot of people I know are testing positive. I thought he was going to fix the lamp, says anti-PC. I want to see a quick rise in another stock today so we can watch Beach Boy make more money when it goes back down. Well, Beach Boy is into GameStop calls. He wrote 145s and 150s at Die Friday. He did it again. He wrote them yesterday afternoon when GameStop hit 150. So he's in there. The question is, have they dropped enough for him to buy them back now for a profit, or does he want to wait it out? We'll have to see what his thoughts are on this. But yeah, GameStop right now, I know he's into 145s and 50s. I think 145s on my computer is showing 145s at 560 to 6 and 150s are 370 to 4. And I think he's ahead on both of those just a bit. I think he's ahead on both of those a little, but he does need a dip on the stock because those are awful close to the line. Of course, the 50s are out of the money by 5.5 almost. But the 145s are, 70 cents out of the money. So if he gets a 138 market, a temporary 138 dip, he might be in a position to scoop back those 20 calls again and make another flip. But it won't be as good as the first one because that first one was huge, selling those calls at 10.50 and buying them at 5.05. That was one hell of a trade. Let's see. The fan is crooked, says fun. That fan, says Max. I thought he was going to touch the lamp. It's so small and so far away. Don't touch the lamp. What lamp? Oh, man. Where are we at now? The Dow here is off 91 points. S&P down 11.8 and NASDAQ down 88. We have a very little bit of sinking here on the markets. We're waiting for the Fed thing. That's what the markets are doing, the big stocks. Over on the Dow 30 right now, the losers on the Dow 30 look to be Goldman Sachs, number one, down $6. Boeing down 480, American Express down 385, Caterpillar down 232, Chevron down 212, Disney down 143, JP Morgan down 127, Apple off $1.08 to 173.24, Visa down $1.04. We got winners on the Dow right now. The biggest winner is United Health Group, up $5. And then not a lot happening. Microsoft up $1.30, Home Depot 118, Cisco's up $1 or so, 105. Walmart up 85 cents, Amgen up 78, International Business Machines, IBM up 70 cents, Merck and Co up 65 cents. So, there's a lot of, there's not a lot going on. It is not a heavy, it's not a heavy day. I mean, look at it, we're down 92 points. This is a nothing burger, like I keep saying. The odd exception for one stock here and there. Other than that, we don't have a lot going on. That's the deal at the moment, but things could change. There's a lamp, says British Shilling. Is there actually a lamp over there? Yeah, I have a feeling we'll see a lot of buying Thursday, Friday, and he might be right. A Cheddar Stack. SoFi might take a shot to $16, $17 by Friday afternoon. It's possible. Rocket Lab could pop to 15. GameStop, who knows? Little dip and a run back to 175. I don't know. Matterport, we're 2109. Could we be 24.25 Friday? Yes, we can. We know we can. ME, 730 could be 8.5, $9. Spire, 367. Can it get back to 4? ATIP, 327. Can it get up to 4? SmartRent, 1151, and Cyxtera, 1102. Those two could go up $1 each. I mean, if there's a rally coming into the market Thursday, Friday, because the Fed thing is out of the way now, no matter what they say, no matter what they talk about, the market could have a rally anyway. We've had the sell-off It's come, it's gone. We're done for. We're oversold perhaps on this market. There's so much cash on the sidelines that it's got to go somewhere, and people will be bargain hunting. And some of the stocks we're following, there are bargains here. There are bargains here. Anyway, there you go. Okay, Rob, my wife has a 100 GameStop and she sold a $145 cover call for Friday. Already two in the money. Let's go. There you go. 143.69 down $4 on GameStop right now. The low of the day is right here, 142.19, and we're approaching it, and we're in that neighborhood right now. What will it do? Will it give us a $3-4 pullback right now? Is this the mid-morning, early morning pullback? I don't know. 143.02 down 467 is where we're at right now. 143.02 down 467 on GameStop. The low 142.19. We'll find out. Mr. G, they have said before, GameStop and Ryan, they have said before to judge it by actions that they're not broadcasting their plan ahead of time. And that's what they have said, and they're sticking to it. I gotta do it. Rob is saying SoFi is the price I bought it back at in the IPO days. It's that cheap. There you go. I've been living in an augmented reality all my life, says Nelson. Yeah, baby. What can I say? Yep. When Uncle Bruce released that raw video last week, I thought he'd pull a Mel Gibson and admit there is a lamp. Auntie says, you know what, Rob? I was looking at my cost basis yesterday, and I actually bought some SoFi shares back in August for $13.89. I think I actually got some that cheap at that point. Rob just bid $150, $10 calls, or I just bid for $150, $10 SoFi calls at $645. I'm hoping to get filled. There you go. JMac, that's what he's doing. JMac is trying to buy 150 $10 calls on SoFi at $645 a call. If he scores them, he's in effect looking at $16.45 or better. Between now and the January 2023, I think you were talking about, so 14 months out. That's a ways out there. 14.08 on SoFi right now, down 40 cents. You might get the fill. It might come to you. Sorry, Uncle Bruce. I actually hit send before I was done typing. Says nephew Nick. No worries, buddy. Newsflash: the vaccinated can still spread the virus just as much as the unvaccinated. This is not new. This is a fact. It has been a fact the entire time. It is a question of, do you contact the virus as a vaccinated person or as a non-vaccinated person? If you are vaccinated, the statistics in the hospital show that 95% of the people in hospital are unvaccinated. Only 5% are vaccinated. So your odds of getting in the hospital being vaccinated are incredibly low. And that's a good thing to know. I think that it gives me comfort. I'll tell you that. LL is saying, hey, Bertie, I'm also waiting after the Fed to sell calls on this stuff. I'm waiting. We're at 141.57 right now on GameStop, down 612. GameStop is dropping in price. The question is now, will this affect the contracts to the point where a number of you can buy back calls you've written for this Friday at a nice little turnaround profit? That is the question we're wondering. 145s right now. I'm showing 665 to 635. I know I am not accurate on my quote because my machine is behind. So some of you know exactly how those are doing. There you go. Rob says, Auntie, yeah, it's crazy. I took profits in the 20s. I'm so happy. Auntie says, oh, I have a purchase here for $13.75 on August the 17th on SoFi. I bought some that cheap. Ori, I'm thumbs up's number 289, and we're at 298 right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here on the thumbs up train. Appreciate this. I love it. DM says, the less GameStop talks to the media, the less they can spin their story. All they can do is show the ticker on CNBC and MarketWatch on down days when they short it and then ignore it when it pumps on the cycle. I agree. If they had a PR department, if they had an investor relations department that acted like Matterport does, it would be a lot better. Yeah. Constantly bombard the market with uplifting news, updates, progress, anything. Come on. I'd love that. Anyway, that's it. I'm still surprised that the no announcement of a bank charter for SoFi. I'm still surprised. There it is. I set my covered call at 160 because my average is 149, says Swiss Butter. Come and get it because I'm making money either way. Alrighty. Let's see. Rancid bids and putrid asks, baby. That is how you play this market. Rancid bids and putrid asks. Try and say that real quick. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. What else is? Well, damn it, Uncle. Put on your aluminum foil hat and predict what all target prices are. Of course, I'm joking. We'll see what happens, man. Big day today. I'm waiting for this thing to go through with that, Fed meeting. I can't wait for that to be over. Please. Can make it go away. Yeah. Austin is saying, you know what, Rob? I kept reading online from people that that SoFi was removed from the UCC website list for bank charters. I have no idea where they're talking about, but I saw multiple comments. And what does it mean? Who knows? All right. You know what? Kent is saying, I put in my stink bid to buy back my Goldman Sachs contracts. That is a good move. Always a good move. Goldman Sachs down 594 to 382.88. Wasn't it around 391 yesterday? And you were looking at those 392.50s you got out there, and you're going, what should I do? Should I roll these over? What? And you didn't do anything, and now look at it, baby. Yeah, man, it's coming your way. This is awesome, Kent. Way to go. Put in that stink bid and buy it back for nada. Thank you very much for the ride, and let's get ready for another one. I love it, Kent. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Jen, how are you?
I'm good.
How's it going this morning?
It's good. I looked at the clock. It's like, oh, it's 1:15.
I got to get up. He's probably starving in there. Well, I could use a nibble, I suppose. What should I have today? I know. I think I'll have a bagel. I've got a few in the house.
Oh, yeah. Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So
It's Wednesday.
do you want like an egg with cheese? Do you just want cheese?
Why don't we go for the entire enchilada?
Ooh,
When I say the entire enchilada, I'm not
you
saying
don't mean an
enchilada.
enchilada.
I don't mean that.
You had an enchilada.
I did, didn't I? I had. We went out. We went out with our daughter and her girlfriend over the weekend to Las Cosuelas
Nuevos.
I don't eat Mexican food. I'm not a big fan of that. But Jen was there saying, okay, on this menu, here's what you want. And I ended up
You
with a
would like
shredded beef
this or
enchilada. And it was fine. It was fine. Is it my favorite food? No. What would I really want to have? Chinese. I would just love Chinese food. But you know what? I love a steak, Outback, anything. But it's okay. We had a great time and we enjoyed it, and it was wonderful. And we had a wonderful meal, and the gals just had a wonderful time.
Yes.
They're back home now in really cold weather. +5 for the high, +9 for the high.
It's -20 right now.
-20 Celsius right now.
Minus 20 to minus
That's
24, depending on where you are.
0 Fahrenheit, -5 Fahrenheit right now in Calgary and Alberta and Saskatchewan. And we're not there.
It's cold.
We're
It's
not
just
there.
miserable cold.
We're not there. We're not there.
And for it to happen so quickly.
Well,
Like last week it was above 0 and now it's -20.
we were 80s here and we're 50s now.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
lost 30 degrees.
Exactly.
You see people crying for us? No one's crying for us.
We had wind warnings and everything
Oh,
yesterday.
hardship here.
I know.
You know what I did last night? You know what Jen and I did last night? It was howling winds. It was raining, and it was in the mid-50s, and it was getting dark out. And we went outside and walked down to the pool, and we got into the
Jumped in the hot tub.
jacuzzi and the hot tub, the spa, whatever you call it. We call it the hot tub, but they call it here the spa.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it's hot water thingy, that hot water thingy that blows the bubbles on you.
Water thingy.
We sat in that thing with the wind howling and it was raining and there was no one around. There were no Californians anywhere around here. All the Americans were inside huddling turning on their fireplace, and we're
Wow.
just sitting out there. I got my arms out. This is great.
Yes.
This is so
I
nice.
was I was sitting there watching the trees, waiting for things to fall off and hit me in the head,
Jen was worried about chunks of the palm trees falling off.
or an
coming
entire tree falling, you know,
down. Nothing happened.
and nothing.
It's fine. And so we're out there enjoying it. Jen lasted about 40 minutes, and then she went back inside. I stayed another 40 minutes. And just sat there and looking around and watching the clouds go by. And it was getting dark now, and it was nasty looking. It's chump change compared to Canada. It's a nothing burger from where I come from. This is golfing weather. Come on, man.
I've always
Shorts.
liked the hot tub with snow.
Oh, we used to love going to Banff to the sulfur pool in
So
the
you have
mountain.
snow here,
Yeah, you got snow
and
on you.
steam here.
Yeah, and then you dip your head underwater, come back up, everything's melted, you're nice and warm again. Oh, we used to love doing that. In our 20s, we used to love doing that. Pre-child.
That's right. Before
Pre-child.
child. Or
Yeah.
things BC before child.
BC, before child. Yeah, those are the BC days. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go make you an everything.
Yeah, ham, egg, cheese, bagel, dip it in ketchup. Let's do it all. The entire enchilada, as we like to say. 145 on GameStop right now, and Goldman Sachs is off. And Kent, way to go. Way to go writing those contracts. I love it. Rob, Austin, I don't see them losing the charter at all. I just annoyed it's taking so long, some with the ATIP CEO search. But when we watch it daily, it sure does feel longer. Yes, when you watch a tea kettle and you're waiting for the water to boil, is that the longest time in the world? It's unbelievable. When you walk away for 30 seconds to do something in the living room, the tea kettle's boiling its butt off over there. But you watch a tea kettle, it doesn't boil water. It doesn't. You wait for you to look away. It's too shy. I guess that's what's going on. I don't know. So Auntie says, Anti-PC, Rob, same, but I do hope SoFi recovers somewhat before they announce this thing. MS, Morgan Stanley lifts Cisco price target to $61, says Joe. I'm not surprised to hear that. I'm happy to hear it. I love it. Cisco right now up 92 cents to 58.68. There you go. The perfect stock, the perfect in the money contract to buy and then write poor man covered calls against is Cisco. Perfect. Easily affordable, easily doable, and you can do bunches of them. There's potential there, but you got to pick your spots. Okay. Yeah. What else? It's been so long. Austin saying, Rob, I forgot ATIP doesn't have a jockey. It's being run by the chairman of the board of directors. I think they're running it. Yep, that's what's going on. Is it just me, or are the couch cushions not in line with one another? What couch cushions? No idea what you're talking about. Yeah, Nicholas J. Mark. Bruce doesn't talk about what he and Jen do on the couch after the shows. Nothing. DM, that would put them in the lower middle class by me. Says DM, I love Chattanooga, says Auntie. I've told everyone I know not a career, not already in a career, go to trade school. Yeah, you guys are talking about these careers I was talking about. Yeah, okay. What time does this guy Jerome Powell speak today? I think it was 2. Even bad tradesmen make bank and are overbooked these days. Yeah, most in demand and protected jobs. Similar earning power for railway engineers and conductors. Yep. Uncle Bruce, I need your opinion. Nick is asking me here. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I had written a GameStop December 17, 2021, 150 call at 504. Now, GameStop Jan 21, 185 call, and I'm in profit on both. $3,000. Should I cover it or wait for more? What does your crystal ball say? There you go. Well, okay. Now this was written to me at 7:06 my time. It's now 7:25. So it's been 19 minutes. That's how far behind I am with you guys. So I apologize. I'm just going on and on and on. So we've seen the stock in this last 19 minutes reach down to the 141 level or 140 level. Did you buy them back there? This might be a question that may not be needed to be answered, but I will say that on a dip, you get this 141, 140, 139, 138 price. If you get something like that, if you do, you take these December 17s and take them off the table. You may want to do that. Just a thought. What's wrong with a profit? Nothing. Now, January 21, 185s, you don't have to make a move right now. You can wait. But look, if you're up on them and they drop some more and you take that off for now and you look to rewrite calls again in the next, later today, maybe tomorrow, great. Anyway, 145 on GameStop at the moment. We're still down 269, but we did touch the low of the day, which was 140. What was that? 141 something. 141.51. So I don't know if you've already made a move, Nick. This could be, a question that's now you've been waiting too long for me to come back. Yeah, baby, my Matterport January 22, $25 covered calls just hit the stink bid, got them back and made money after they ran to almost $16, says Credit Average. Got them back for $1.50. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Patience wins. Yes, love that. Nicely done and a beautiful, beautiful trade. There you have it. There it goes. Let's see. Ritesh Patel, RP is saying, Uncle Bruce, my in-laws, HVAC techs loaded. They live in rural USA. House is paid off. Vacation cabin paid off. Maxed out retirement every year on the Roth. All good stuff. They're living the dream at age 50. Yeah, baby. That's right. This is it. Deep Value. Beach Boy is the man. Buy low, sell high. It says Deep Value Investing. Offset risk with options. Eradicating the virus right now from the world is a lot like trying to plan the construction of a stepping stone pathway to the moon. It's kind of unrealistic. We'll be pandemic forever. Thanks, CCCP and all that. So BW saying, hey, buddy. Now, let my other stink bids hit for February Matterport $25 covered calls. Stink bids in at 2:30. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Right on, Credit Savage. Way to go, buddy. Nice going. Nicholas is laughing here. Rob, man, I remember a year ago when I was still doing market buy orders, had no idea what options were. Thanks, Uncle B. Right on, Rob. Well, welcome to the club, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm so tired of watching GameStop go down instead of up, so I bought 100 more SoFi at 14.20. There's the answer to my problem. It's now 14.16. Deal of deals on SoFi, kids. Down 32 cents. GameStop 145.44, down 225. Matterport down 101 to 21.26. ME down 21 to 727. Spire down 14 to 373. ATIP holding a 2.5 cent gain to 328.5. Smart Rent up 15 to 11.59. Cyxtera up 5, 11.01. The Dow is now down 115 points. The S&P down 12, and Nasdaq down 77. Oil at 69.61. There's the deal right now. John Brickman, fighting a nasty cold. Can't sit and watch SoFi Inspire drop any longer. Time for another nap. Right on, John. You take care of yourself. Rob, good night. John, feel better. Joe, Olivia, welcome. Sorry, Uncle B, sorry if you covered this, but I saw an article saying SoFi has announced completion of outstanding warrants. Good, bad, nothing, burger. It brought some money in, a couple $100 million. It got something else off the market. That cleans that up. That also cuts costs for SoFi because they don't have to pay listing fees and trading fees on the warrants anymore. Now we're with stock. It cleans things up that way. It's just another thing out of the way. The bank charter now is going to be the big thing. And the stock can go to $30, $35 a share and go higher from there. It's a bargain at $14.13 right now. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to say it again, but ATIP will be up on Friday. Mark my words. Mark them, says nice. Right on, buddy. J-Mac picked up another 500 shares of SoFi, 14.07. This is getting silly. It's just getting silly. 14.14 right now. Let's see. What else is going on? Here we go. The U.S. Central Bank is widely expected to signal a faster end to its bond buying campaign and a quicker start to raising interest rates. That the statement will be released at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, followed by Jay Powell's news conference. There you go. It seems a good idea to buy Goldman Sachs call contracts. Yes, deep in the money, Goldman Sachs call contracts. Good idea to buy them and now write short-term covered calls against them. Yes, that's a good idea. Well, I guess I'll get some. It's 1407 too, says anti-PC on that SoFi. Munamu says, good morning. Cheddar, the FED is going to come out, the Fed, and announce a bond tapering, and then they will reevaluate 3 to 6 months. That's what they are. That's what they're going to do. No surprises here. I got filled, Bruce. It got filled. J-Mac says, I got filled. Nice, J-Mac. Rob, my stink bid on my 150 for next Friday just filled too. Sold for $10.40 yesterday. Bought today for $7.10. and a half. Nice job. Nice job. Laugh out loud. Michael, 96K on options. Rob, my average in my IRA account, 1485. Let's see. What do you think about, Jay Smith, what do you think about buying back my Matterport February 25 calls and selling January 17 and a halves? My thoughts are Matterport will bleed off until the warrant redemption expiration on Jan 14, 2022. Well, look, hey, you got, here's the worst that can happen. The stock backs off a bit, but not enough, and you don't buy them back. Stock goes up and you do a rollover. The worst that can happen. The best, the stock does back off and you score even more. So, make money. Whatever way you want to do it, make money. All right, NTP, my 1407 is just filled. SoFi did touch 1405. We're back to 1418 on SoFi right now. The Dow's down 103, S&P down 9.7, NASDAQ down 70. GameStop 146.16, down $1.50. Moonamoo, thumbs ups for Bruce. Uncle Bruce, insurance companies like United Healthcare have stopped paying for COVID-19 related hospitalizations if the patient wasn't vaccinated. There will be bankruptcies. There will be bankruptcies now. Watch for it. Yes, I believe it. What else? We have 512 people watching. We have 314 thumbs ups, says Rob. I think Rob is indicating that it would be a really good thing if any of you out there could possibly please consider the outside shot of giving this guy a thumbs up. We have 339 now, and I appreciate every one we get. Thank you very much. Rob, good morning, Jen. Larry, good morning, Jen. What did you just say? Meatinator bagel. Enchilada bagel. Love Mexican and Chinese, says Auntie. Good morning, Jen. Mexican food in Homer's voice. T.O. Bruce, breaking my heart about not liking Mexican tune. It's not my thing. It's okay. It's all right. I love Chinese. I love deli food. I love a burger. I love a steak. I love lobster. I love shrimp. I love Mexican food, except the onion. Whatever. Michael, what is the word spa? What is this word spa? I feel like you're starting to say a word and you're not finishing it. Are you trying to say spaghetti? Are you taking me for a spaghetti day? Is that what's going on here? Oscar, awesome, Jen. Hey, Uncle Bruce, do you know what's going on with these warrant announcements on SoFi? I just read through it, but I don't understand what they're talking about. They're just trying to tidy him up and get him out of the way, and they're forcing conversion into stock is what they're doing. And hopefully this is almost done, gone, finished with, and we just get it out of our face and let's get back to business. This company is growing. It's exploding. It's going to be a mega monster in the fintech space. It's a bargain. It's less than half its price. It should be double the price, if not more. What can I say? I watched a pot never boils, they say. Listen, Rob says, Karim, obviously you got to put water in the pot and stick it on the stove first. Just looking at a pot won't do you any good. You got to make some moves. He's having fun with you. Auntie, go Smart Rent and NVIDIA. Dan, Uncle Bruce, should I buy more on the dip for SoFi and ATIP? Yes, that is correct. Rob, says Auntie. Bama, what options are people looking at to buy on Goldman Sachs? Anybody have any ideas on that? Rob, I think those options may have been a mispriced premium on 12.5 calls for SoFi. Same date, 395 premium versus 230 on the 10s. I guess that is because of the Delta Gamma room on the 12.5s. People are wondering what's going on here. Bruce is only 10 minutes behind. Yay! Bruce is only 10 minutes behind. Yeah, he's coming. Bruce is trying to come up here. JMac, are these 10 and 12.5s for January 23rd? I'm showing the 10s at 640, 666. The 12.5s are 530, 540. Okay, let's see. What else is going on here? Is it the right move to sell 100 Matterport and buy 500 Spire? I'm tempted. No, the right move is the right options on Matterport. Use the money to buy Spire. That's the right move. Always the right move. Birdie, I'm now drowning in SoFi shares. And you won't have enough when it takes off. You just won't have enough. 1423 now, by the way. And let's see here. Beach Boy, hi, Uncle Bruce. Those GameStop 150s written last night at 620. I just filled at 315. Any ideas for the 145? Stink offer 415. Okay. Do I up it before Powell talks? So nice job on the 150s, Beach Boy. 145s, where are they at now? Let's take a look and see if I can get any kind of an update here. I'm not sure if this will work. My computer, 560 to 605. So you're looking at 415. That's a good stink bid. Well, thank you, Jen, so much. Good stink bid there, Beach Boy. Let's hope that just comes your way. Where are we at right now, GameStop? 146.78 down 91. So you're going to need a dip. You're going to need a dip. I don't know where we're at between now and then, but the Powell thing isn't for hours. So a dip can still come your way. But nice going on those 150s. That's a lovely little recovery. A nice little $3,000 pop right there. I love that. I think you did 10 if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful. Okay, what else is going on? People are talking. I'm so behind. Oh my gosh, Jen, this is awesome. Thank you so much. I can't keep up. Look at this bagel. Look at this. Oh yeah, baby.
You notice these bagels almost have a fried feel to the outside skin.
Well, they're crunchy.
Yeah, they're crunchy.
I like them.
Then
yeah.
Normally
these are from Townie Bagels. In Palm Springs, they bake them in their bakery, and they're really nice.
I don't know what they do to do that. Normally, when you dip them in the lye, it makes it chewier. That's what gives you that pretzel kind of feel to it.
I don't know.
How is it? Is it okay? He's okay.
More than okay.
There you go. Get the arm.
Thank you, Jen. What are you doing?
I'm just playing. I'm putting off. I have to tie off all my loose ends on the blanket I made, and I don't want to do that. It's like I love to bake, but I don't want to clean up afterwards. Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
And crocheters out there will know. I did granny squares. I did hexagonal granny squares. So I have 2 tie-offs on 65 hexagons. Yeah. I wasn't thinking.
Over my head.
That far down the road.
A, it's over my head. B, I don't care. I mean, it's just me. What can I tell you? It's just me. Crocheting. And Uncle Bruce, no connection. Auntie Jen, oh yeah. Crocheting with Auntie Jen, yeah. Beach Boy, way to go, buddy. We'll keep an eye on this for you. See how this all goes. Okay. Love it. I love it when they make money. Oh God, do I love it when my viewers make money. KW, I've done HVAC my whole life, raised my sons as a single mom, and owned my house, and or almost owns it. Way to go, KW. Beautiful job. Beautiful. I love it. Matterport announces redemption of public warrants. Joe, I love Lamp. Carol, super sticker for Bruce. Thank you, Carol, so much. I appreciate that. I love your super stickers. There they are. Yeah, we got big thumbs up going on there. You gotta love that. Thank you so much, Carol. You're very generous to me, and I appreciate it. And let's go. Rob, should I try and sell this 150 for next Friday again? It's back up. I don't know, my friend. You got to wonder when will the thing pop through there, and then then you're going to be dealing with 160s and 170s. I don't know. All right. If I were placing wagers, will it go to 129 or 169 first, or 159 first? I'd bet 159 before I'd bet 129. That would be my wager, but that's just me. Oh. Get me through the morning here. I'm trying to lick off the bagel, looking at my camera, and it's reverse. It's ridiculous. I'm sure you folks are not impressed. Mm. We have a new member, Lame Duck. How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us. If you're new, welcome. If you're renewing, welcome back. I love having you. This is great. Dow's only down 62 points. It's coming on. We're down 180 on S&P, and we're only down 36 on Nasdaq. The market's turning quickly positive. Mm. So good. It is interesting, isn't it, Erico? Smart has not been affected. Smart rent is up 38 cents today. Cyxtera unchanged. ATIP up 2.5. Mm-hmm. 146.26 on GameStop, down 143. Okay. Bagel, 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 bagel. I love her. Baking with Auntie Jen spinoff. That bagel's got a nice crunch. Behave, Bruce. It's so relaxing. Her voice is so relaxing. Like everything else I talked about on the channel, I have no idea what Jen is talking about. Lame duck. It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to. There you go. Uncle Bruce, can we have a crocheting with Auntie Jen in plain English channel, please? Let's crochet that game in England where they long hammer and the oversized pool balls. Is Sophie going to go higher after Powell speaks? What do y'all think? I really need to bump up my breakfast game. I'm sending you a leg lamp. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. What else is happening? I think I've caught up. I think we've caught up. I think I've caught up. Way to go, guys. Nick, please do not get upset. Suggest you cut the chatter as we are actively doing trading based on your opinion. We eagerly wait for it. And when you talk about something that's unrelated, we lose money. Nick is going, well, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm the guy here to explain the markets in plain English. You have to make your own calls. You have to make your own trades. It's easy to get me to make a call for you and predict what to do, but I'm not your broker. I'm not the guy who will tell you exactly what to do and why to do it and how to do it. I can only give you guidelines. You really have to pull the trigger, and you will get better at it, Nick. You are doing well, and you will continue to do well. But I cannot give you minute-to-minute, blow-by-blow moves because I'm not handling your portfolios out there. Anyway, the bagel is being consumed. Markets are going higher. Come on, market. Let's go. Oil is back to 70 a barrel. Bagels are better than donuts. I'm just trying to be controversial, says AB. Beach Boy, there's nothing like having a salmon and cream cheese sandwich. Looking at Uncle Bruce downing Jen's bagel while those covered calls degrade behind the non-lamp. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better. 145.27 on GameStop. We're down 242. We're coming down again. You're not our broker, but you are our mentor. He only does that for Beach Boys, as Andy, and for Rob and anyone else, if I can, on day trades. You have to take your positions, and I'll be the cheerleader if I can. So much fun. I've been sitting on my money for 25 years. It's time to start making real money. Now you're talking. Okay, I'm going to make me a bagel now, says NTPC. I picture Bruce as Yoda, and I'm a young Skywalker. He'll do it if you constantly berate him with what you're doing. Bagels and smoked salmon is amazing. Also, donations don't hurt, says Rob. Cam H. Lame duck. Are they those leg lamps? Are those the leg lamps from Italy marked Fragile? Fragillay? Fragile. Carol. Rob is Bruce's favorite. That's what Carol's saying. That's what she's saying. Oh, man. Too much fun. The Dow, down 66. Well, that's where we're at. Still looking at red. Let's see. Can we turn it around? Lobo Blast. I don't think so. I think it's Anti-PC who Uncle Bruce secretly digs. I think that she's his favorite. Let's go Dow. That's right, Anti-PC. You said it. You said it. Let's go Dow. Stirring the pot, says Lobo Blast. Smart Rent. Zzz. Up 47, 1191. Go, baby, go. Uncle Bruce loves us all, says Rob. That's hilarious, Lobo, says Andy. I might be able to afford a thicker cardboard box to sleep in thanks to Smart Rent. Sheer luxury. Sheer luxury. I don't really follow it. If I recall, I think Formula One is isn't Formula One in Monaco every year? That's Formula One, right? That's the only race I want to see. That's a bucket list for me. A bucket list is to get to Monaco. Monte Carlo. Oh boy, thank you. Thank you for waiting me up. Oh boy, yeah, Monte Carlo. Would I love to see that race in person? Yes, I would. I would like to be there that whole week. That's a bucket list for me. Jen, for me, that would be cool. But that's the only interest in Formula One I really have. I'm sure that if I did see that race in person, that would change my perception of the whole sport. Rob, I'm definitely not his favorite. I invited him to my son's to the moon birthday party, and he didn't come. So I'm definitely not. Me too, Rob. I can honestly say Uncle Bruce is my first digital mentor. I love you, Uncle B. Thank you. British Shilling, Attica, you're lucky to live in a cardboard box. I live in a lake. Luxury. Oh, look at Smart Rent. Oh, my calls just went up $40. Attica, Jake, absolutely terrible management of the race. If morality don't improve, the beatings will continue. That's right. Smart Rent up 46 cents to 11.90. Go, Smart Rent, go. Sean and Wendy. Carol Ovi, I thought we were Bruce's favorite student. Laugh out loud. Andy Jen too, but there is room for number 2 to 1,000. Laugh out loud. We believe they both have room enough in their hearts for us all. There you go. I love you all, guys. Jake, they should have red flagged it with 2 or 3 laps to go. I have no idea what he's talking about. You guys have lakes and cardboards. I sleep naked in the woods and forage to eat. Luxury, a forest. It was insane what they did, and I wanted Max to win anyway. I have no idea what he's talking about. Credit Savage, credit code. Maybe you shouldn't have spent so much on that trip to Hawaii. That's wrong. But a shilling, don't you mean pond, Ritish? Y'all have a place to live? Luxury, said luxury. After the way Max Brake checked Lewis on Yetta and the gift he was given, I have terrible saying he deserved. I have no idea what you guys are talking Formula One stuff. Me and Jen are like this. Don't you forget that. Erico says, we're tight, man. We're tight. Go Smart Rent, says DM. It is $11.90, up 46 cents on the Smart Rent. You got to love that. We got a green one here. We got something that's green. Go to him, Uncle Bruce. If we were learning all this from you, why would one actually need a broker? There you go. False. A hedge fund manager once told me it's nice to be mean to the nice. Yeah, there you go. It's nice to be mean to the nice. Thank you. As opposed to being nice to the nice. It's so nice to be nice to the nice. Oh, Rob, I didn't. I'm the credit savage, baby. I used hotel and airline points to go for almost free. Gonna use some gift cards for restaurants and such. Carol, okay. What is this? Tired of what Powell will say today? Do you know how to dance tango? Well, we get very tight and slow. Time to panic if you don't know how to dance. Okay, Jake. Uncle Bruce, cars go fast in circles on Vroom. That's all you need to know. Rob, I love my dog just perked up with Bruce's whistling. Nailed it, says Attico Karim. DM, that moment when you realize your Smart Rent calls are up 400% for Friday and you're still down 75%. False. Are you rang, says Nice. Attico is laughing. Sean and Wendy, Rob, there is room for number 3 in Uncle Bruce's favorite student heart. Jake, skip this one, Bruce. Yeah, Lewis is awesome. Max is too. Just to kind of say what's painful, find it. No, the chase will be made next year. Oh boy, good one, False, says Beach Boy. Oh man. Okay, we're down 106 on the Dow. How about that? We're down 111 on S&P and Nasdaq's down 87. Okay. Oh gosh. Rocket Lab down 43 cents. SoFi down 37 cents. GameStop down 363 at 144.06. Matterport down $1.07 to 21.24, now 106. ME down 26 cents. Spire down 19. ATIP unchanged. Smart Rent up 43 to 11.86. Sextera unchanged 10.96. AMC down $1.47. Robinhood down 99. Vanik up 71 cents. Home Depot down 96 cents. IBM down 26 cents. Dow is down 106. Microsoft up $1.36. Apple down 39 cents. Tesla down 13.64. Bed Bath Beyond down 54. BlackBerry up 2. Royal Caribbean down 309 to 68.51. Dropping on Royal Caribbean. Goldman at 385.14 bounced back down 368. Low today 380.60. Did someone get their stink bid filled? I wonder, did someone manage to get that stink bid done? 385 now, down 378 with about a 450 recovery from the low of the day. Wonderful stuff. Goldman Sachs, Cisco up $1.10. Now at 58.86 or so. That's what we got going on here. Watching a lot of stuff simultaneously here, as usual. Welcome one, welcome all. Okay, I'm going to try to go past all the Formula One comments, if that is in any way possible. Let's see. I'm an excellent driver. Dad lets me slow down, drive slow in the driveway. Rocket Lab shares are trading higher after the company announced it has acquired Solero Holdings for $80 million in cash. Did Bruce already cover this and I missed it? Yes, I covered it. You missed it. I did it yesterday. Nice thoughts on phoning in. Unfortunately, that last chat had all my wit in it, so I didn't have any other rapport. No idea what that's all about either. Welcome one, welcome all. Rocket Lab right now down 45 to 12.12. That's where we're at right now. Are you having fun out there, kids? Oh my gosh. Never a dull moment. Never, ever a dull moment. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for being here and your kind words. And those of you who've subscribed and those of you who are becoming members of this channel, thank you for becoming members of this channel. Love to have you here. This is good stuff. I hope you're making money in the options market, writing out call options, picking up call options as they crap out to nothing. Can this market rebound here after Powell speaks? It is entirely possible, but will it happen? I don't know. We're gonna fan out. We're about to fan out. We have 385 thumbs ups. Thank you everybody for 385 thumbs ups today. Please keep them coming in and help this channel get discovered by YouTubers out there who don't know we're here. We're kind of a little secret. We're a little club here following our favorite stocks and watching each other trying to make money by writing call options. All kinds of potential out there to do that, and I love it. I'm glad that you're part of this channel. 387 now on the thumbs ups department. Here they come. We're going for 400, and I think we're going to hit that pretty soon. 389, there's 2 more. 11 to go, and we've got 400 thumbs ups. Yeah, baby. Almost there. 390 now. 391. Here they come. We're almost there. 9 to go on the thumbs up meter to hit 400 this morning with 434 people watching as far as I can tell. 398, 2 away. Here it is. It's going to happen. Oh, man, I love this. There it is, 400. 400 thumbs ups on this channel. Thank you, everybody, for throwing those thumbs ups our way and letting the world know through YouTube, hey, check this guy out. They have fun over there. They have a good time. 143.89 on GameStop, down 390 a share. Will GameStop take a dip and allow Beach Boy to score a little deal on his 145s that expire on Friday? Because they are running out of time, but he needs a little bit of a dip to score this deal. Will it happen? We're curious. We're wondering. We're watching. Who knows? I'm showing 145s now at $6.15 to $7. I don't know if that's an accurate quote. Does anyone have a quote they can show me for December 145 contracts for GameStop that expire day after tomorrow? Be kind of cute, kind of nice to know. Anybody have an up-to-date market? Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Is it really a good idea to write calls in this market? or on SoFi specifically. I don't want to write calls at 14. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I wouldn't be writing calls on SoFi right now. I really wouldn't. I'd be just waiting for a recovery back into the 20s, and then I'll write again. GameStop 143 down 469. It's dropping off. Matterport down $1. You can write 2250s on Matterport. That expire Friday. You can try and take those on. You can look at writing 25s that expire next month. You can try that, or 2250s, or whatever price you want. ME 722 down 26. Spire down 19.5 to 367. We've got ATIP up 1.5 cents. Smart Rent now 11.82 up 38 cents. Cyxtera just went positive 1 penny. Higher. Yeah, there's options. There's stocks out there you can write options on. Obviously, it depends on the value of the contracts and how long you want to go out for and what kind of premiums you're looking for. 142.68 now, down $5 on GameStop. GameStop's backing off. Curious about those contracts. Let's see. Midnight Adventure. I'm so excited to start writing covered calls. I switched my account from Robinhood to TD Ameritrade. Getting ready for lesson number 2. Lesson number 1 was great. Right on, Midnight. Well done. That's how you do it. One thing at a time. I find American law so confusing, says British Shilling. I was arrested for kneeling down and pretending I was a unicorn, but I'm not sure if it's a myth, a demeanor, or I fell on a knee. I fell on a knee. British Shilling. Nick, thanks, Rob. I will do that going forward. Flint Creek. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I just want to thank you again for all the publicity. I have some amazing contacts. Thanks to you. Well, thank you, Flint Creek Soap Company, and thank you to all my viewers who have supported Flint Creek Soap Company. They gave away free samples to us, for me and Jen, to give to you guys, and we were happy to do it at our meet and greet. We love supporting people who support us. It's fabulous. Same thing with the Outback Restaurant in Ontario, California. If you're ever down there near the Ontario Mills Mall, you head over there. You go in there, grab something to eat, and you tell them, I'm here because of Stock Markets with Bruce. They had a thing on the balcony on December the 11th that you let them handle, and I'm here because of that. You guys rock. Love it. Okay, I'm waiting until next week to even consider writing calls, says Michael. There you go. Now, if only the stock market went up as fast as the thumbs ups did. There you go. Let's see. December 45 puts asking 750. I'm asking what the calls. December 45 GameStop for Friday. 550 last sale. 515 to 575. There they are. They're coming down. 143.12 on the stock right now. Interesting. Let's see. Nice Beach Boy. I have no hope. I have no hope for you today. Maybe someone else can lend you a hand. I don't know what's going on there. Calls are 550. Yep, says DM. Let's see. I did not say puts. No, I didn't know. I'm going to cover my 150 calls now, says Nick. Good man. 143.75, and you're locking in money. I like the game plan you're doing there. Like it. Let's see. We need a 415 offer. That's what we need. A 415 is the price that Beach Boy wants those to hit. We're about $1 something away. Is the stock going to dip into the 140 level, 138 level? It's backed off a bit here. Will there be another wave of selling? We'll watch this. Let's see. Oh, that joke was a felony. I'm too busy to get these. Bernie, because of you, I have been stacking my SoFi chips. I bought over 2,000 shares using covered call profits. Uncle, your one-on-one has set me free. Right on, Bernie. I'm so happy for you. I love it. Just love the way it's working for you, and I'm happy to help others. By the way, if any of you do want a one-on-one with me, I have Saturday, Sunday openings. My Sunday noon is gone. Noon Eastern time. That 1 hour session is not available, but I am available 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Sunday, and I'm available for the 3 shots on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, noon Eastern, 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturday available. So if any of you want to have a one-on-one session with yours truly, talk about your life, your hopes, dreams, aspirations, your account, your trading strategies, whatever, you let me know. Send me a private email and we'll get together. Here's my email address right here. brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Just send me an email. Say, hey, Bruce, I want to get together with you. Can you lock me in for a spot Saturday at 10 or 12 or 2 or Sunday at 10 or 2? And I'll make arrangements to get you locked in. So let me know. Yes, indeed, that could be fun. All right. British Shilling is smiling. And Ratish, Beach Boy, I'm doing my rain dance for you. So the stock drops again. You can get those 145s for cheap prices. 143.66 on the stock. Right now down 403. Let's see here. Rob, I got to go walk the dog. You'll see you later. Make money. Thanks, Rob. You hang in there, buddy. Neat. Ready. To make some pasta, says Carol. Birdie smiling. Carol, this one is one-on-one is so worth it. His one-on-one is so worth it. Thank you, Birdie. We had a good time. We've done a couple of them. It was good, and I know it's been working for you, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy for you. 143.52 on GameStop, a little bit lower, maybe. We're down 85 on the Dow, 9 points on S&P, and we're down 87 on NASDAQ right now. That's where we're at the moment. A little bit of profit taking coming in and a little bit of hesitation before the Fed thing. That's really what's going on. It's the Fed thing. Carol, Birdie, yes, I had one too. Yes, it is true. Having one-on-ones with Bruce are good, and I love you guys. I keep forgetting how many of you I have seen one-on-one. It's been a bunch of you. It's quite amazing. And I'm glad that you're really, making it work for you. Uncle Bruce, thanks for the motivation this year. Got a job offer after 6 months of interviewing and staying patient. Yes. Nice job. J-Mac, Bruce, I have a quick question about price of calls versus puts. If you have a call, $3 in the money, and a put, $3 in the money, their price should be relatively similar, right? If the date's the same? Relatively, it can be a little different. It depends on what kind of a run the stock has been on. If the stock has been on a real bull run, a real up move for weeks and weeks and weeks, calls might have a higher premium than puts. The stock's had a real drop. The puts may have a higher premium than the calls. It can go that way. It also is, anticipation of earnings coming up or dividend dates. There can be some differences there, but yeah. At what time is this Fed thing? Bobby says 2:30, estimated. Andy says 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. 143.14, a little lower on the GameStop now, down 455. We need the stock to drop a little bit for our friend Beach Boy to score another profit on some calls. So let's hope it happens. Time will tell. Headline, California population loss declined rapidly during pandemic. Isn't that interesting? Let's see what else is going on here. We're down 92 on the Dow, down 9 on S&P, NASDAQ down 84. That's where we're at right now. Following a lot of developments in the market, waiting for the Fed to make their announcement. And J-Mac, I have found I found SoFi competitor that has tanked 45% and calls are almost 2 times the price of puts. Interesting. Beach Boy, one-on-one with Bruce is awesome, says Beach Boy. And we've had a few of those. Scott, stinky simpletons getting fresh like Beach Boys covered calls. Stinky simpletons, putting in those stink bids. Finally joined the Matterport party. 100 shares for me. Doug Fletcher, way to go, buddy. Ratish, rain dance, working right now. Birdie, Beach Boy, absolutely best investment I've made, and I've made many investments in my life. Right on, Birdie. Appreciate this, you guys. 143.66 now on your GameStop, down 403 at the moment. Auntie is saying from Reuters, the statement will be released at 2 p.m. Eastern Time from the Fed, followed by the Fed Chief Powell's news conference. So they release the statement, and then he speaks. That is the way it's going, and the networks will be all over it, and the markets will be all over it, and we'll just see how the markets do with this whole thing, with everyone being all over it. There you go. Because they got nothing else to talk about, because that's all that's going on. It's kind of quiet, and that's the dealio. Rocket Lab down 41 cents. SoFi down 40. These could be the lows of the day right now that I'm quoting. These could be the low prices of the day. 143.66 on GameStop. We don't know. Matterport 21.27 down 115. ME down 26 to 722. Spire down 19.5 to 367. ATIP 327 up a penny and a half. Smart Rent 1178 up 34. It's having its own great day. Cyxtera down a penny at 10.95. AMC down 149 at 23.01. Robinhood down a buck to 18.09. Vanek Vector's down up 68 cents to 298.52. Home Depot is down $1.36 to $400.84. That's a perfect stock to do poor man covered call writing on. It's a perfect stock too. IBM 123.56 down 20 cents. We're down 100 on the Dow. Microsoft up 82 cents. Great poor man covered call stock. Apple 173.45 down 88 cents. Another perfect stock for poor man covered calls. Tesla down 18.80, too expensive to do anything. Bed Bath & Beyond down 49 cents. BlackBerry down a penny. Royal Caribbean down 258, 69.02. That one you only buy call on puts on. You only buy puts on this, but those were purchasable in the 90s. We're now in the 60s, so we've given up a lot of ground here. Goldman down 326 at 385.56. Again, this is the perfect stock to buy long-term covered calls, long-term call options on in the money, and then write short-term covered calls against it. Poor man covered call strategy on Goldman. Good idea. We're up $1.16 on Cisco. 58.93, pushing 59 again. Looking good on Cisco. GameStop 142.97, under the 143 mark. Yet again, the low of the day, 141.12. Will GameStop hit a new low before the Powell announcement? It looks like it wants to. It looks like it's heading that direction. I don't know if it'll do it. That stock can jump $5 either direction at a moment's notice. That's why you put in stink bids when you buy options back, and it's why you put in stink offers when you're looking to write options, covered calls. Yes, indeed. There it is, waiting for the Powell thing. We have a ways to go. It is 11:13 Eastern time, and it will be 2 o'clock before that comes out, and this market will meander along. I am pretty sure, maybe go a little up, a little low, hang around for a while, and until we get this, this news. There it is. Auntie says, you know what? I think we need to see you dancing, Ratish. I mean, that's what we need. We might need to see you dancing here. 3 more long hours of, oh my God, what's going to happen? Please. SoFi, 1407, 1408. Bargain time down there. What can I say? It is on sale, and there's nothing we can do about it. People just giving away stock for no good reason. I tell you. You got to wonder if they have margin calls elsewhere and are using this for cash. I don't know. Hard to say. I don't know how many firms are offering margin on, all the stocks out there. I don't know if margin's available on SoFi. Is margin available on ME and others? I have no idea. Anyway, Auntie says, I haven't been in at 405. 1405. 1405. She's there. It's 1408 right now. 142.97 again on the GameStop, where we're again at 142.97. Now 143.16. We are jumping. So those contracts have got to be jumping around too. For Beach Boy, I'm showing 545 bid, last trade at 540 on the 145 calls that are out of the money now, $1.80 with 2 days to go. 150s, which are $5 further out of the money, they're at 320. So you can see that if GameStop were to drop $5 right away, the calls, the 145 calls will go from 545 bid to probably 320 bid. You can just see how that works. That's $2.25 a contract lower in price for a $5 drop. So that kind of gives you how this ratio works. If the shares were to drop $10, they would be bid 195, which is what the 155s are bid for right now. So yeah, they're heading down there. Take a look at like 190s for Friday. They're at 20 cents. Now, if you want to write a call contract on GameStop way out there just for a quick buck and not have to worry about being exercised, and you don't want to buy them back, you just want them to die worthless, you might consider writing 170s or 180s. The 180s would bring you 30 cents, 30 to 35. The 175s are 38 to 47 cents. I mean, the stock stays under 175 until Friday afternoon. You keep all 38 to 47 cents, depending on what price you get for them. 170s are 50 to 63 cents. 165s are 73 to 98 cents, all dying in 2 days. They all die in 2 days. And this is free money if the shares do not get over these strike prices. Interesting stuff. I'm showing a 480 to 560 market now on the 145s. A 480 bid with the stock at 143.02. 480 bid. The 150s are bid 320. The 155s are bid 190. The 160s are bid 117. The 165s are bid 75. The 170s are bid 50, just 50 cents. So $50 a contract. You got 500 shares of GameStop. You can write 5 170s. Try to bring in 50 to 57 cents a piece. Bringing in 250, 260 bucks for 2 days for nothing. If the stock stays under that level, it's all yours. Up to you. How do you want to do it? Now, if you want to write calls for next week, that would be the 23rd of December. The premiums are substantially higher. A 145 right now is about 4-something bid for this Friday. For next Friday, they're bid 920. $5 more. That's $1 a day more per trading day. And they died on the 23rd, so that's Thursday. They only go till next Thursday. 150s are bid 745 instead of 3-something. The 160s for next Friday, 475. The 170s, 330. The 180s for next Friday, 228. The 190s, 171 to 210 is the bid ask. You might get $2 for 190s for next week, Thursday. That's 8 days from now. Not too bad. Easy money. You might want to do that. There you go. Let's go. See you later, Marco. See you later. Kent, I'll kill the time by going to Costco. I forgot eggs. Someone distracted me at Costco yesterday, and I forgot to buy eggs. I hope you were able to get those calls back today on those stink bids. In Germany, we're talking too since the morning that in 3 hours, the result is public. Damn, the coffee needs to kick in. My English is actually terrible. They're talking in Germany about the Fed. They are watching the markets in Germany, waiting for the Fed announcement. That's how important this is. GameStop, 142.68. We're backing off. 142.68 on GameStop, coming down. Will that affect the 145s enough to get Beach Boy out with a little profit yet again on his contracts? Trying to buy him at the 4-something. I forgot the price. My broker allows me to use margin based on my SoFi position as collateral, but not on GameStop, though. They consider it high risk. They're probably right, too. Interesting. Big candle on Smart Rent. 28K, says DM. Kent, I'm going to take your advice and write my first GameStop option. Wish me luck. There you go. Sean and Wendy, God is amazing. Uncle Bruce, what you said in your rant this AM is coming true. UK reported a record high daily doses of COVID. That is why I listen to your rants. So informative. Thank you, guys. It's bad. It's out and out awful. It is just awful. 142.51, 142.65 on GameStop. Under a little more pressure. The low of the day, 141.12. The stock's only 150 away from the low of the day. The 145s right now are, I'm showing 530 to 580, but I know I'm behind. My quotes are behind on Beach Boys options. Matterport might go under 20. This is crazy. 2087. Jake, I always find it interesting when people use grammar from their own language in English. Carol, Sproul, TV. Thank God I bought some puts. I'm glad I had my insurances. Beach Boy, 415 is my price. That's right. It's 415 he's looking for. The stock now 142.31, dropping again on GameStop. It is coming off, and they're bringing the price of the contracts to Beach Boy yet again. Interesting how this is happening. We're going to watch for Beach Boy. Will he get a fill at 415 on his calls? The stock now 142.31, dropping again. We're still $1.20 from the low of the day, and we have not broken the 140 barrier today. Okay, DM says they're trading at one. They're trading at 515 right now. He's a buck away. He's only a buck away on a stink bid. Can happen. The stock can easily drop $3 from here in a 5-minute blip, and he could easily be taken out. Easily. We'll see what's going on. Carol, Beach Boy, let's go. Let's go, Beach Boy. Beach Boy needs the money. He needs to make money. There we go. Everyone's cheering for Beach Boy. And anyone else that's written calls on GameStop, yeah, giddy up. There you go. Let's see if we get a little hit. Write your calls, put in your stink bits, and just let it happen. Yeah, who knows? The Dow, down 98. We still have 3 hours to wait for Powell, so all kinds of things can happen in this market. In the meantime, 142.10 on GameStop. We're $1 away from the low of the day for a moment. We're now 142.77, but we were a buck away there for a second. We're close. And every hour that goes by, these contracts are under further pressure to drop because they die Friday afternoon. And this is Wednesday now, 11:21 Eastern. The hours are ticking by, and the contracts are losing steam here, losing life. Interesting. Don't hit my stink bid yet, says Kent. Oh, it hasn't hit it. It hasn't hit my stink bid. I got you. Okay, I got you. Well, it's out there. You got it there. Just let it sit there. Just let him come to you. Okay. Esper, Jake. Oh yeah, I was not the best one in English grammar, so I'm probably using my gut instinct, the grammar from German, especially when my head is without energy. I'm so tired. Ratish, Uncle Bruce, my Ameritrade will let me buy options for 1 penny, but Webull or others do not. Spire options are at 8. Is that brokerage specific? Yes, it is brokerage specific. Yeah, some will, some will not. I agree. J-Mac, I didn't think a Powell meeting had to be anticipated as this started the COVID. I think it could be an absolute catalyst this afternoon. Big money is just itchy for movement. You can feel it. It's ready. Julie, me. I don't know what that means. Beach Boy, Carol Ovey, thank you for that. Carol Ovey he's watching and waiting. 143.40, a little bump up right now, little pop. This is what happens with GameStop. It'll do this. Pops a couple bucks and drop a couple of bucks. Yep. Anyway, what can I say? What else is going on here? Rocket Lab down 40 cents at 12.17. The low of the day was 12.04, and we've been bouncing off that low level now a couple of times, that low level. 13-cent recovery. SoFi 14.14. The low of the day 14.05 at 10 o'clock this morning. We've been bouncing off it a little bit, but now we're above it at 14.12. 7 cents higher. Matterport 20.88. Low of the day 20.79. We're right near the low of the day. ME 7.21. Low of the day 7.17. We're just right around that level right now. Spire 363.5. The low of the day 363. We're at the low of the day on 261,000. Very quiet volume. ATIP 324. The low of the day 324. Trading 185,000 shares. Nothing. There's no panic selling here. It's just quiet. Smart Rent 1173. The high of the day 1194. The low 1137. Now 1173, up 29 cents. 263,000. Smart Rent hanging right in there. Sextera gone green, up 4 cents to $11. Low of the day 1092, about an hour ago. 1092. That's an 8-cent recovery. That's all we've had. No movement on this thing. There you have it. 143.32 on the GameStop. Backing off again. We'll see. Let's see. I think she means 23andMe, Bruce J. Mac. I just got 95% of my premium on a Matterport cover call expiring Friday. I'll take it. I just made 95% of my money. That's a good trade. That's a beautiful trade. Come on down to me. My cheap Spire options keep coming. Carol OV, Beach Boy, so much fun. Cheers. GameStop right now, 143.73 at the moment, down 396 at the moment. All right. Ratish Bama Babe. Woohoo. Or whatever that means. Okay. The Dow is only down 74. Little recovery-ish, kind of, sort of, maybe. Down 12 on S&P, down 106, 107 on NASDAQ. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what to make of this. There's a comment out here, an opinion that's making a headline says, suddenly embattled AMC Entertainment CEO Adam Aron tells investors they ought to see the other guy. You think we're doing bad? You should see the other guy. I don't know. 2303 on AMC, down 147. This is not quite the low. That low was 2264, and we've recovered about 37 cents or so. Down 149 on the day, though, on AMC. Only 20 million volume. There is no support volume here of serious nature. If the army of AMC felt that the stock is oversold and has a shot at going higher, you'd have 100 million volume in here, and it would be up $5. But you don't. And the problem with AMC is if rates are going to go up sooner, interest rates do go up sooner than thought, AMC's debt will become more expensive to carry, and they have a lot of it. That's the downside there. And we'll see what happens. 2302 down 148 on AMC. You all know the AMC story. I don't have to go into it. GameStop 144.38, a little bounce back up again, just a little better. This is what this stock does, up and down, up and down. Let's see, man. If CYXT goes to 14, I'd be so happy. But alas, I just hope it doesn't tank. My general calls live or die on this thing. Please, Xterra, go higher, and it is higher at $10.99, but it is only $10.99, unfortunately. At the moment, anyway. Things can change tomorrow, today, whatever. Okay, 85-point drop on the Dow and 13-point drop on S&P, under 10-point drop on NASDAQ. Oil down to 70.15 right now, down 58 cents. And Tiff saying, I'm still holding my Xterra $10 December call, not giving it up. There you go. Gregory Davis, wouldn't it be great if SoFi announced the bank charter on February the 11th? Then the Super Bowl blast off SoFi's name on the 13th. Talk about a perfect storm. I'd like it right now. I'd like that bank charter right now, and the Super Bowl being its own separate thing. As a long ago chartered bank company, it'd be fine by me. 14.11 to 13 on SoFi right now. So we got 12.20 on Rocket Lab, down 37 cents. It's a little better. We're back to 143.33 on GameStop. A little pullback here is coming in. Matterport down 143 to 20.84, down 146. ME down a quarter to 7.23 right now. That's it. Ratish, I was thinking the same thing, Gregory. That would be cool. Smart Rent up 22 to 11.66, and Xterra up 3 cents to 10.99. And there you are, 143.61 on GameStop. The volume today on GameStop, 962,000. That is not a strong recovery volume. That's not a serious buy wave coming in. Remember yesterday, 5-6 million shares of volume, not even a million yet on GameStop. So, it can be down $4 today. It can be. Now, it could well be. There's so much money on the sidelines waiting for Powell to get out of the way. And if the market does have a rally, and I don't know if it will, it might be down 500 points. It could be up 500 points. It could do nothing. But if it does have a rally, will there be a rally on GameStop because sellers will just pull their sell orders out of the way on everything, including GameStop, and buyers will come nibbling in, and it just feeds itself, and we have a run. I'll be here to watch it. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, Julie B., I just got here late. Any ATIP news stories? Not that I'm aware of. We have not been made aware of anything specific. It is down a penny. It was up all morning. It got up to 338 this morning. That was the high of the day. 13 cents from here. It was up 12 cents on the morning. But 200,000 traded. That's it. Really quiet. Bottom out at 323.5. It's at 325 right now. GameStop 143.43. A little lower. That's the deal at the moment. Coming into the final few minutes of my morning show here, and we'll have to see how it works through the day. I'll be back on at 3 this afternoon, and tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, prime time with Uncle Bruce. I will be on the air tonight at 8 o'clock in the evening for any of you who want to give me questions. Of course, this pertains only to members of this channel. Membership has its privileges. Tonight, members, join me at 8 o'clock Eastern for our show this evening We're going to take your questions on options and the markets and whatever you want to talk about. We'll cover it all. Looking forward to the primetime show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. This is Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night. JMac, I picked up 50 $5 calls on ME for January 2023. The price is only $3.20. I'm only paying 96 cents premium for a year on this thing. That's a bargain contract. $55 calls. This stock goes to $10. These suckers are $5.50 to $6 each. Yeah, there's 30G sitting there. That's nice. I like it. Like it a lot. Okay. What else is going on? I can't wait for prime time tonight. No, Gregory. Auntie says the bank charter will not be announced until February. I've decreed that it will be announced on 12:30. Okay. Spire at the low today. I picked up some more. Give me this stock. Uncle Bruce, any thoughts for a stink offer on GameStop April 270s and or June 220? You're talking about stink bids, April 270s or June 220s, or just wait altogether. There you have it. Well, let's take a look here. 143.42 on the stock right now. Let's take a look at April 270s now. April 270s are sitting at 1425 bid, 1880 offer. Wow, those have come down a long, long way. I mean, you can just let those continue to die. I mean, you don't need to deal with them. Just let them continue to die. The other strategy, of course, is you buy these back, around this $14, $15 level. You can get them that cheap. I don't know if you can, though, but if you could, because I don't see the options around that contract trading that cheap. But if you can get them at like 15.05 or something, that'd be a good buy at today's market. But the only reason you'd buy them back for 15.05 would be that you could turn around and write April's again. But now you're writing maybe 180s for $24.85, or you're writing 200s for $22 to $24, maybe $23, and you're adding $8 to your pocket. But really, do you want to do that? You're for $70, you're only getting that much. These 70s are going to die worthless. They're going to become zeros. This $14 is all yours, and so you could just theoretically do nada on those. But let's take a look at June 220s, because those are a little closer in and into the money. We're at 25 bid on the 220 contract and 29.70 on the offer right now. 230s are bid 23.25, 240s are bid 21.90. So the shares at this level are going to slip probably $1 a week in value continually as the time shrinks on these things, because these are out of the money by $20. They have zero book value. They're not even out by $20. They're out of the money by $80. I mean, they're way out. They got a serious premium, though. That's a $25 premium for a contract so far out. So, there's no need to make a move. At the moment, I would probably just sit tight, not make a move. Obviously, if the shares would go up, let's say $10 right now from here, the 220s would probably shift in price by about $1, $1.50. They'd be at like $1.50 more expensive. If the contracts were to go up $2 a share, $20 a share, it looks like your contract value would run up another maybe like $3, $4 in total. It's a 10 to 20% reaction, right? Stock moves $10, you'll make between $1 and $2. Your contract will go up in value $1 to $2. Now, if the stock were to go to $200 a share, that's a $60 move. Then you would definitely have some movement here. Your contract would be worth about $35 to $40. But even then, you wrote them for more than that. You've got so much protection on this 220 from being way out of the money. Now, right now, you might as well just let the days go by, and the contract is dropping 20 to 25 cents a day in value every day. It just drops and drops and drops and drops. So Christmas holidays coming, New Year's coming, all kinds of holiday days here. A month from now, Jan 15, we're now looking at 5 months to go. These things will be sitting at about 21, $20 if the stock's in this neighborhood anyway. But even if the stock goes to 160, they'll still only be 22, 23. If it goes to 180, they'll be 24 maybe. Goes to 200, they'll be 26 maybe. So, you can buy them now at this price or later at about this price. So there's no rush here. That's where I'm at. That's my 25 cents worth of advice here. We've got the stock right now at 142.79, backing off again under 143. These 145 contracts you're trying to get at 415, I think it is. I'm showing a 465 bid. That's coming the right direction for you. I'm not sure how accurate my quote is. I might be out a bit, but you got another call. You got another profit. Now, once we get through the Powell thing, if we get a pop on the stock, for all of you out there who are watching GameStop, if the GameStop shares can pop through 150 to 155, then you might want to look at writing. You might want to look at writing 160s for Friday or 165s. But let's see what the market looks like first, and let's see what the premiums are, and kind of go from there. It's too early to tell. Yeah, bids. Yeah, you know what, Drew? You might want to do that. Your 40 Matterport covered calls, they can't be worth a lot of money right now. I mean, they've got to be really cheap. Let me take a look at your contracts here. Matterport is trading at 20.58, so this could be the moment to consider a rollback. What did you write there? Matterport, July. Okay, you wrote July's. Okay. July 40s are trading at 210 to 255, which is still unbelievable premium. That's ridiculously high, but it is. Could you write maybe a March contract? Is that possible? And you'd have to write March 25s to get more money. February contracts you'd have to write 25s. So you could get about 240 if you wrote 25s, bringing you a lot closer in time. If you wrote January's, you'd have to write 20s basically to get $3. On the other hand, if you can afford to just buy back these 40s, just buy them back and just sit on them, just sit flat for now. Just sit flat. If Matterport has a bounce back after Powell talks later today, and you get back to 22.50 a share, let's say, goes up $2. You bought these back at 210, 220. You could now look at maybe writing 25s, and maybe you can get for January, the 25s might bring you, instead of 135.45, maybe they'll bring you more like 250, 260. And that would be, a good contract to write for January, 1 month out, still out of the money. That might be the strategy. Let's see. Otherwise, if you want to write maybe February 25s, maybe you can get 3.25, 3.5, maybe. If you can get that for 25s February, increase, 210 going out, $3 coming in. Thank you. Might be a way to go. You want to go to March now. If you do go to March, maybe you can get the $4 on the 25s. Maybe you can get the 4. If you write 30s, you'll only get maybe 230, 240. However, going from a $40 call to a $30 call from June to March is a good move. And if it's a positive move for you financially, that's a good move too. So, if the shares go down to 15, the 30s, the 25s will all back off. If the shares do go up and then they ultimately go back down, you will make money no matter what. You'll make money on what you have. You make money on what you're rolling into. If you can just bring more money in today, bring in more cash than what you're paying out, that is the secret to this rollover, and shorter time frame might be the way to go on this. Yeah. Okay, Drew? Hope that helped you. Wow, my 1405 just filled on SoFi. 1404 last trade. Ratish saying congratulations, NTPC, scoring a SoFi super cheap. We are looking at 2052 on Matterport, and we're at 143.01 on GameStop. We get the market down 114, dropping again, 22-point drop on S&P, 157 on NASDAQ. Will we have a pullback now on GameStop again? Because the markets seem to be pulling back all over the place, just a little here and a little there, a little here, a little. Will GameStop come off a couple of bucks to the 141 level, 140 level? That could perhaps give Beach Boy another hit. And any other of you out there who've written 150s, 155 calls today, you could all get another little day trade in today. Something to look for. I know some of you have got stink bids out there, and I'm hoping that they come your way. We're at 143.32 on the GameStop right now, down 437 on the stock right now, 143.32, and I'm not sure what the 145s are showing. I'm showing 525 bid, and that would be about $1.10 away from Beach Boys 410 bid. I think that's what that is. Something like that. 143.32 is where we're at right now. Let's see. Drew says, thank you. Andy, shucks, thanks. Thanks, Ratish. SoFi has forced my hand again, says Arico. Buying more. You can thank me later for bringing it to 13 to you all. Haha. DM says, bye-bye, Smart Rent. Sean, just got my 800 share of SoFi. Hopefully the dip lasts until payday on Friday. Just keep scooping this stuff up. 1405 last trade, the low of the day, 1403. 9.4 million volume, very light, very light. That's a sign we're running out of stock. It's running out. It's just not coming in buckets like it was. It's still backed off. It's only off 43 cents. It's not a big deal. But it's off. 143.68 on GameStop, 20.42 on Matterport, down $1.88. ME down 26 cents at 7.22. Spire 3.63 down 24 cents. The low of the day on that one is 3.61.3 cents. ATIP 3.27 holding a 1 penny gain. The low on ATIP was a little while ago, just a few minutes ago, 3.23. We bounced back 4 cents. A little pop back. Sextera up a penny. Smart Rent only up 2 cents now. It's given up those gains so far. Am I the only one that worries about Uncle Bruce's bladder? How does he do it? How does he do that? Well, he crosses his legs. He bends over. He squeezes. Oops, I just entered a bid for GameStop stock at 142.55. Oops. Don't know if you want to be buying GameStop right now, my man. Don't know if you want to be doing that. You got enough. That's my opinion. You got a good bunch. Anyway, 143.57 is where it's at. And watching this market. All right. What else is going on? The SEC is proposing tightening rules on insider trading and stock buybacks. Headline. That'll be interesting to see if that has any effect on the markets. I'm not sure if that is news to the world of the markets or not. Not sure. Companies may have to report share buyback data more frequently. I wouldn't mind that. The Securities and Exchange Commission voted unanimously Wednesday to propose new rules that would encourage company insiders to institute a cooling off period before executing trades in their company stock under a framework that gives them protection from insider trading liability. Under current rules, company insiders are given a safe harbor to protect against accusations of insider trading if they buy and or sell their company stock through predetermined plans executed by a third party and set up at a time when the individual isn't aware of material or non-public information. The proposal would institute a 120-day cooling off period before trades can commence under such plans for individuals, and would require companies themselves to wait 30 days before executing trades in a stock buyback program. Further, the new rule would restrict company officers from instituting overlapping trading plans that would enable them to skirt the rules prohibiting the use of inside information when buying and selling shares. These issues speak to the confidence that investors have in the markets, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler said when voting to propose the rules at a virtual meeting of the Commission Wednesday. Anytime we can increase investor confidence in the markets, that's a good thing. The SEC's two Republican commissioners voted to propose the rule, but expressed reservations about some of the details, including the requirement that companies themselves wait 30 days before engaging in share buybacks. Companies must make determinations about whether share repurchases are appropriate, and if so, how many shares to buy and at what price, based on current information about how much cash the company has and what its anticipated uses for it are. Our cooling off period is more burdensome for an issuer than an individual because it'll make these considerations much more uncertain, says Roisman, one of the chairmen. The SEC also voted 3-2 along party lines to propose rules requiring companies to report information on share buybacks, including the price and number of shares bought by the close of business the day after those transactions took place. I'd like that. Democrats on the SEC supported the rule, pointing to potential for companies to engage in buybacks in order to influence metrics like earnings per share, which can affect executive compensation. The agency's two Republicans warned that the disclosures would prevent companies from engaging in buybacks to the detriment of shareholders. Other countries such as Australia and the United Kingdom have long required more timely share buyback disclosures next day, Gensler said. I believe freshening up our own share buyback disclosures would help the U.S. capital markets to remain the most competitive in the world. Goldman Sachs analysts predicted in October that the S&P 500 companies will repurchase $808 billion in stock in 2021 and $872 billion in 2022, and will rank as the single largest use of company cash this year and next year, ahead of capital expenditures, research and development, acquisitions, and dividends. That is a stunning number. The public will have 45 days to comment on the proposed rule changes, after which the SEC will amend the rule to take those comments into account and vote on whether to implement the new regulations. So this is now out there for discussion, and we'll find out just how it all comes out. Interesting. I like this disclosure rule for companies. I would love to know, how many shares did Apple buy back yesterday? How many shares did Microsoft buy of its own stock yesterday? How many shares of IBM were purchased, or anybody else? Whoever's doing their buy, I'd like to know that. That would be really valuable info. That tells me who's putting their money where their mouth is. I like it. We're down 65 on the Dow. The Dow does not seem to mind this news announcement. Okay. The Dow's down 63. S&P down 19. NASDAQ down 159 right now. There it is. Interesting stuff. 143.39 on GameStop right at the moment. 143.89 on GameStop. All right. Coyote, I had a wild morning. Neighbors were raided by police for cooking. Can't wait to move. Oh, man. Cooking what? Meth? Ratish, yeah, I had to pay tuition instead of a stock buyback. I hear you. Canceled, says Beach Boy. I'm out of there. Coyote, yes, cooking. Cooking the wrong kind of stuff. Yeah. Not cooking Christmas cookies, I guess. Cooking steak with S&P monsters. I love it. I was just joking, says Auntie. Get out of there. Get out of there, man. Yeah. Wow. Still get the hell out of there, Auntie says. Robert, bought back my Matterport January 21 covered call, 80% gain. Yee-hoo! Thanks, Bruce, for educating me about options. Well done, Robert. Well done. I bought back my Matterport covered call. Thank you. A Beach Boy. Oh no, man, I'm boring as hell. Says Coyote. Drew Nielsen, put in my order for Matterport April 25s. Trying to get 105 a contract. I'll keep you posted right now. Checking back in. Is Spire up? Austin wants to know. No, it's not up, so I'll see you later. Rocket Lab, 12.14 down 43. SoFi, 14.10 down 38 now. GameStop, 144.33 down 336. Matterport, 2041 down 189. ME at 721 down 27. Spire down 26 to 361. ATIP 326.5 up a half a penny. Smart Rent down 2. Cyxtera down 1 right now. Dow down 55. S&P down 17 and NASDAQ down 148. That is the latest right there. Yes, Austin, it's up. Go back to sleep. It's fine. Anti-PC says, don't worry about it. Just go back to sleep. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. There you go. All righty. When will we get a recovery? I wonder. And do we have to wait until Powell speaks? Do we have to wait that long? Really? I think the market doesn't want to fall anymore. It doesn't want to go it doesn't want to get lower. The Dow is down 61 points. It just doesn't want to drop anymore. S&P down 18 and NASDAQ down 154. It's just, we've bottomed out. We've been flatlining here now all day. And now we now wait. We wait for this Powell thing, and then we see what happens after that. All right. Anyway, there it is. SoFi should go up any month now, says Nicholas. Any month now, it's going to go up. Let's hope so. 143.98 on GameStop, down 371. Matterport down 189. ME down 26. Spire down 26 cents. We got red across the board here for most of our stocks. What can we say? And then Testy Donkey, can we cheer for GameStop to go over or very close to 150 by Friday? As I sold a put at 150 strike for $900. Could you help me out here, please? Well, that's the thing. Maybe we go lower before the Powell, and then we go higher right after it, and everyone's happy. I don't know. Andy, any month now, it better go up today. I want it up today, says Anti-PC. SoFi, you better go. 1408, the low of the day on SoFi, 1403. Not going very far, very fast. Anyway, there it is. Okay, I am going to take my break now until this afternoon. 3 o'clock, and I'll be back for the last hour of trading. Let's see how things go. Let's hope for the best for everybody. Nick says, I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good. Thank you. 144.53 on GameStop right now. Folks, make a bunch of money in the meantime. Hope your stink bids come through for you, and get your positioning in there. Let's get ready for the final hour. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, I'll be on the air live, prime time with Uncle Bruce at 8 o'clock tonight. Come and join me. If you're a member of this channel, you are welcome to join us. Members only at 8 o'clock. I'm going to notify the show in a few minutes. I'm going to put up the notification for the show for all of you members. You'll get your private message, and then you'll have your link, and anytime later today, you can join in. Starting at 8. Let's see what happens. How about some loading up on some SoFi? I think loading up on dry powder is the way to go. That's where I'd be. Loading up on dry powder. SoFi, though, it looks good. 14.12, happy to say. It's better than it was a half an hour ago, but that's all I can say right now. Okay, thank you, guys. Beach Boy, I have been, but Marge is nudging me a little. There you go. There you have it. 14.13 on SoFi, down 35 cents, a little bit better. The Dow down 38, getting better. S&P down 16, NASDAQ down 145, definitely improving on the big market now. The best level of the day since we opened on the Dow right now, from what I can read here. Let me just double check on the Dow here. Dow Jones got as low as 389, 35,389. It's now 35,510. So 110, 120 point improvement on the Dow. and down 33 points. We opened this morning, or got as high as 574. So we're 68 points away from the high of the day, and we're down 38 points right now on the Dow Jones. So it is improving. It could go positive before Powell speaks, and then hopefully keep going or go back again. That's all doable too. All bets, all possibilities are possibilities here. Every single possibility can happen. But we are definitely getting some money coming into the market right now on the big board. 1220 on Rocket Lab, 1416 on SoFi. Low of the day, 1403. 13-cent recovery already on SoFi. 146 on GameStop, improving. Matterport down 184. ME down 23 cents. Aspire down 24 still. We're plus a penny on ATIP. We're plus 6 on SmartRent. Went green again. And Sextero is now green by 1 penny only. Home Depot down a penny. IBM up 12 cents. Apple down 157. Microsoft down 231. Royal Caribbean down 307 at 68.53. Cisco up 121 to 58.98. Just pushing 59 bucks on Cisco. Okay. All right. There it is, kids. There's your market. I'm going to leave it with you. Keep your eye on your stocks, your options, your stake bids, and everything else. I'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I got Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Powder it is. Right on, buddy. Building power. Building powder. Don't let Janet Power, that guy bully you. Dow. The afternoon show ought to be exciting. Anti-PC, I agree, says Bama. And I hope so. I'm sick of this downward action, says Zach. Right there. Uncle Bruce, go take a break. We'll see you later. Thank you, Credit Savage. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one here. Watch these markets, and let's see if it works for you. Fun. Okay, I'll see you later. Oh yeah, says Beach Boy. See you later.